Last time on Metanoia Blues, our crew of intrepid adventurers have made it to Skairn, one of the smaller port towns in the Lazar Principalities. They've stopped to resupply in preparation for the long voyage to Karnath, and with the aftermath of the heist hot on their heels, they've got little time to waste. A round trip of the shops saw the crew eyeing up a few big-ticket items along the way, but not yet committing to the purchase. They then took dinner at a local tavern, the Harpy's Cole, and ended up neatly defusing an impending bar brawl with a combination of subtle spell work and tanking a gut punch intended for retaliation. The evening ended with an appearance of Thale. He invited Willow to an impromptu dance lesson, and ended up sharing a unique one from his past in the Snapdragon Theatre, a beautiful and intimate number created by an old friend and co-worker named Yvain, one of the few nice memories of Thale's existence. So, it is bedtime on the Ephemeral Chaos. You are docked in Skairn and are able to simply take your evening's rest. Luca's giant elk steed keeping watch along with Fish Dog. You're pretty certain that you should not be disturbed while you are out here. I would like Willow, Luca, and Varys to roll wisdom saving throws, please.
Oh my goodness.
Good luck.
Okay, spared from the rolls, I guess.
Are we going to see Varys' roll?
Immune this time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Good.
Oh,
20.
okay. Gosh. Sorry, I'm still
16.
Oh, no, okay, hold on.
Go on, Willow.
We can maintain this. What is it, wisdom save?
Yes, please.
2.
I rolled it to the
Two.
GM, but I got a 6.
Yeah.
No.
Unwhisper yourself, but yeah.
I think we're about to whisper, Willow,
I think
actually.
I'm about to re-whisper myself, actually.
Oh, no.
Come on. How did I know?
Okay.
As soon as you guys rolled high, I'm like, it's me, guys.
Someone's got to
I'm
take
taking
the
one for the
fall.
team.
Someone's
Yeah.
got to take it.
Someone's gonna take the fall, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm keeled over my tea at the moment, drinking it like something so much stronger.
The guy from the Iron Giant, like, wiggling his cup.
Yes.
So,
So I was gonna get it out my system.
Hasn't even started.
let me know when you're ready
When I'm
to
ready?
hear it.
Okay, let me. All right, cool. I'm good.
Okay. So, Willow, you're with friends. There's loud but comforting noise around you, chatter at the table. You're just tinkering, enjoying the atmosphere. Somebody pours a drink, and you feel a sudden lurch of dread. The person who just drank, their skin's growing ashy. There's a cough of blood on the table. You know what this means. You get up with a clatter, and then, Willow, you are suddenly no longer indoors, but outside, decks soaked in blood, clutching the body to your chest as the pulse grows weaker, desperately trying to cast a healing spell, and there's this horrible sound at the end of the boat. Tentacles slither and burst from the sea and land heavy on the deck, encroaching. The ephemeral chaos creaks as it is tossed to and fro by the waves. The creature, this is so much larger than the leech. You're unable to get back to your feet, but that doesn't stop you from hoisting your friend closer to you, scrambling away from the creature. So heavy at the stern of the ship that it's beginning to tip, which is familiar. You know that means it's time to jump. Wait, no, wrong. That's not now. You grip the person tight to your chest to find Nothing. Your hand clutches at thin air, and you realize you're alone. You look down to see a gem-studded necklace lying in the blood. What do you do?
Is the monster still there?
You're alone.
The boat's level.
Yeah.
Just me and the blood and the necklace, huh?
Yeah. And the sea and the sky.
And the ephemeral chaos specifically?
Yeah.
That happened so fast. There's a long pause as this. It's almost like it's all catching up with Willow for a second, but it's all too quick to make sense of. But they know exactly what it is at the same time. It's just time's scrunched into a ball. But there's something very still and unmoving about now, just looking at the necklace. And I think after a long pause, sort of like the kind of pause where you're not sure if you're breathing anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Almost placid about it, Willow's just going to pick the necklace up out of the blood, and I don't even think they think about it. It's going around their neck, obviously. That's where necklaces go.
As you put it around your neck, you feel a presence at the back of you, closing the latch.
Is it a presence that scares me?
No.
I think Willow kind of casually tips their head to their shoulder and says, "Cheers."
As you do that, you feel sort of a warmth against your back, and then you feel it grow fainter again, and a different sort of dread seeps in. Whoever it is, they aren't going to stay very long. You're about to be alone again. You're about to be alone again, and you know it's going to be because of you.
Once again, it happens too fast. Willow's false started at least 3 times now. There's that. You can't tell them to wait. Not after all this time. You can't call to them. Who even is it? We don't know who it is. If you ask who it is, then are they going to disappear faster? It's... I don't know whether to turn around or not. I don't know whether it's worse to feel them disappear or to watch them go.
You're suspended in this moment, knowing that if something doesn't change right now, they might be gone forever.
I lied. I do know what's worse. Willow's going to grit their teeth and turn swiftly.
And as you do, you startle awake. You moved so decisively in your dream that you've kind of like lurched in your hammock, and the motion has woken you up.
They're disoriented, and immediately upon waking, they're pissed off. Like, they're frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
I think swaying on the spot for a moment, Willow has that like bewildered look at the dark. And their glasses are off. They sleep with their glasses off. So you can see it, that kind of wide-eyed like searching.
Yep.
And then upon realizing not just a dream, but a nondescript and irritating dream, they're annoyed. Oh. Where are the others?
Where are the others?
Were we doing rotating watch?
Nope, you
Don't
didn't
need
need to
to.
because you're safe. You're harbored.
Yeah.
Oh,
What time is
If
it?
it's late. Yeah, we're probably all asleep if it's like the dead of night.
I think it is the dead of night. I will say, I think Willow does the mobile phone wallet check, mobile phone
Mhm.
wallet keys check, but it's necklace. I'm not stabbed. Sword.
Yeah.
Sorry, reverse order. Sword. I'm not stabbed. Necklace.
Yeah.
They sleep with the necklaces on?
I think they do. I don't
Oh,
think Willow
wow.
takes off their jewelry.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it probably they probably shouldn't. Like, they know that this is a choking hazard. Just Willow's sensible enough to know that. But I
Yeah.
do think that lately they're not really sleeping so much as they're passing out.
Yeah.
So it's just like any wonder that they took off their glasses,
Yeah.
which they will
I find
probably
you do
check
that on
very
habit.
swiftly.
Personally.
Yeah, I've seen it happen.
Yeah, so not so much a habit with the necklaces.
Yeah, I will say that the necklaces are probably skewed, and Willow has to like freaking like detangle them so I don't feel like I'm
Yeah.
dying.
Yeah.
How thematic. What's the word? Did the sword wake me up? Willow's going to quickly check. That's why they grabbed at the sword.
No, it was purely you lurched in your sleep.
Great.
A deeply unpleasant feeling of like you try and move in a dream and you try and move so hard and fast that you basically overcome your own body's like stay still while you sleep so you don't fall out of bed
Yeah.
mechanism.
Yeah. Makes sense. I just wanted a peaceful sleep. Just one night. I
use
don't
that.
know. Can you? Well, you have a spell for that. No, thank you. At least I was able to wake up from the dream, though I don't know if I
Yeah.
wanted to wake up from this one. Oh, it's very confusing and frustrating. Anyway, so everyone's asleep?
Yes.
What time is it?
You tell me.
Probably dead of night. If not approaching dawn. If it's approaching dawn, even better, because then I can just stay awake.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's approaching dawn. Let's say it's like 4:30, 4:45 in the morning.
If it's past
So
4:30,
still
Willow's
stu-
going to be like, I can wake up.
So still stupidly early,
Yes.
but not so much that like it is unheard of to be awake at this hour.
Cool. The sailors will be up. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
a sailor. Let's go.
So, what
What's
do you
outside
do?
like?
Let's roll for weather.
If there is a drop of rain in this godforsaken sky, who wants to roll for the weather?
You can, since you're awake, I think.
Okay.
Rom?
What am I rolling?
Yeah.
Roll a d20.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Yeah.
Clear sky,
Get it out of
no
the way.
wind. Roll me a
Oh.
d10.
One isn't always a bad thing with these rolls.
Yeah, no, it just feels bad.
Okay. So it's it's going to be a very clear, sunny day, almost no wind, basically.
Cool. We're still on the sea, yeah? The boat still rocks.
Yes. Yes, very slightly.
I'm gonna say that the little lurch in the dream from when the the sea monster, bigger than a sea ship leech with
Mhm.
tentacles.
Yeah.
Damn, should I call it a kraken? Or nah?
What do you think Willow assumes it is? Because it's their dream.
Depends what it looks like. Willow wouldn't make assumptions without basis.
Could be a
Thematically,
kraken.
though. Who knows?
Yeah. It might well be a kraken.
I think it's one of those dreams where, like a nebulous ship with a nebulous tentacle creature wrapping around it. It's probably a kraken. That's what they always talk about. And it had that kind of like quick, generic seafaring nightmare framing. So let's say, anyway, it doesn't matter. I think Willow wants off the boat briefly.
Okay.
They're going to do like a lap around too to just check things. Use the invisibility lantern to see there's no gardenias hanging in the wings.
Make a perception check.
Oh my lord, 9.
You do a quick lap, and I think the thing that you spot is like the elk comes and like snuffles at you.
Oh, I think Willow jumps out of their goddamn skin. They forgot the elk was here. Like the big chest clutch of what the hell is that? And then like it's not even light yet. Oh,
yeah, it's like graying towards dawn. It's like still very dim.
Oh, okay. Well, it slows Willow down at least. I think they It does it accept nose? Yes, it accepts pats and grass and everything from everyone. Okay, so Willow will pat it on the face.
Yeah.
Oh, you're scared.
I think it does like a gentle like huff and noses at your face in a friendly way.
Actually, this is good. I think Willow's going to say to the elk, actually, now that I have you alone, if you don't mind, Willow's going to start measuring the elk. They've done some of these measurements before, back when we were going up to Tarnhill, but it's something mundane to do it. What if it grew? I don't know. I just need something to do. Yeah.
I think the elk like gives you a slightly curious look, but is perfectly cooperative. It sees you as friend and will go along with almost anything you do, really. It's intelligent enough to understand speech, even if it can't like speak back.
Can Luca hear it's what it collects?
It can speak to Luca.
Oh. I think Willow is going to say, realizing halfway, if I ask you to keep a secret, will you? Can you? And if you're anything like your owner, no.
It flicks its ears a little bit.
Well, doesn't matter. That won't take that long, but it is something to settle Willow's nerves a bit.
Yeah. I think the elk, like, gently, like, nibbles at the, like, top of your head on your hair in just, like, an affectionate way.
How cute. Willow likes the elk. And they seem to know how to... I mean, I think they would treat it like a horse or maybe a cow.
Yeah.
You know?
It kind of is. It kind of is, like, it's not a real elk, so it does behave a little more like a horse or domesticated animal.
Mm. Can I make a check about it? Like, what does its fur feel like? I think I've done all this before too, but I don't know. It's nice.
Yeah. I mean, you can just pet its fur. It's like dense, thick. I think you do have experience with like deer hide, and it does feel like that. It does have a significant neck ruff, and because it is a magical creature, it does have this sort of wispy quality to it, where it's like you get sort of particle effects coming from it when you pat it.
Right. It's not tangible enough to, like, say, make a jacket out of the fur around its neck, or...
No, it would disappear. It doesn't shed.
Right. Curious. But interesting.
Like, if it does shed, the hairs sort of, like, just fade away.
Nice. You know what? No one's around, yeah?
Nope, not in the moment.
Can I ride it?
Yeah?
Okay, do I have to roll anything?
Give me a basic animal handling check.
11?
Yeah, that's good enough. You make to ride it. The elk sort of tilts its antlers towards you so you can use one antler to like hoist your way up. And it does a very sort of leisurely pace around the deck of the ephemeral chaos with you on its back. You're very much not controlling it insofar as like it probably won't speed up or leave the ship without you verbally commanding it to, and even then you're just like, But it is like very content to give you basically what is a pony ride.
Yeah. It's like I'm on a merry-go-round.
Yeah. A very slow, calm merry-go-round.
And I do
That's
think
nice.
it is. I think from there, Willow's probably going to hop off, go to their usual perch above on the actual ship, and watch Skairn wake up while beginning to think of their own things. A little more neatly now that they've had a little boat ride. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Pony ride.
Yeah.
To wash away the boat ride.
Yeah. Give me a perception check with advantage. I have an idea of where you're looking.
Yeah, me too. 16.
Hey. So, as you watch Skairn awaken the little fishing boats putting out, you also see that at the docks, the Lyrander vessel that you spotted the other night is also making ready to leave.
Oh, when?
Very soon.
Oh, damn. Okay. What time is it?
I want to say it's like a bit before 6 a.m. at this point.
Yeah, this can wake up now, yeah?
Yeah. I think Luca will be waking up right now. I don't know about N.
I can wake up. You know, I had one bad dream about a kraken. Let's not let that happen in real life. Huh? I think Willow's going to trot downstairs and knock very loudly on one of the walls.
Yeah, I think you could see Luca already, like, getting up. He's probably in the bathroom at this point doing his morning face wash, etc.
And like it
Sounds
jolts
green.
awake. He sits up, hair of it like askew. And then,
Yeah.
like starts pawing for a knife. Like, are we under attack kind of look?
Morning!
Good morning. What's the damage?
No damage yet, but thought that for those of you who aren't bothered sleeping in today, who would like to visit a Lyrander vessel?
And squints at you, and that kind of like still half asleep,
do
so they're
what?
already squinting a bit, but they squint even more now.
Question to you quickly. Did I see N again after Thale, or did it go straight from Thale to sleep? I think Willow slept before N came back, so we didn't have time to unpack that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Okay. And Lucas said what? Sorry?
And do what?
Don't know yet. I want to see what they're about.
Is a Lyrander vessel here?
Didn't I
Of course
say
there
that
is.
yesterday?
You said it to Varys, not us. That rum
Oh.
reminds.
Yeah. No. Willow says to themselves, didn't I tell you? Oh, yes, it's here. It's trying to be covert, and I think it's about to leave. Now, I don't think that it should be able to leave here without someone taking a look at it, Knock, 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 knock. Greenleaf, 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 Greenleaf. Willow's going to
I'm
keep saying
awake. I'm awake.
that. Okay.
I have been awake.
You interested? Or you had your fix of Lyrandus?
If they're around here and they're stopping in Skairn, unlikely what they're doing is just picking up cargo.
What kind of cargo?
Oh, who knows? Wood. Tile. I have no idea.
So I take it Varys wants to sleep. This is just a field trip, just a little excursion to shake the sea off.
And shrugs. You two are the experts.
I wouldn't call myself an expert.
He's just a foundling.
Oh, more than me.
You see Varys, lift his head up to, give you a bit of a squint. Just.
Willow looks flatly back at you. It's, not flat in a bad way, just, they're poking at him. They're prodding him.
I just befriended an elemental the old-fashioned way.
That's true.
What is the old-fashioned way?
That's the joke, Luca. I'm unprecedented. Big grin. All right, so what's the play?
None. I just want to walk past.
By yourself, or you want company?
Well, I didn't come wake you all up to go by myself. After all, we should probably be getting a close look at Lyranda vessels. That is, after all, Iriga sent you.
Not quite the wording, but alright, I'm up.
Yes. We go as a group then.
I'm gonna make an insight check on Willow.
And it's gonna comb their hair.
16.
I'm a roll a persuasion check. It doesn't have advantage. Take the one on the left wherever it lands. Cool, 11.
Well, could be worse.
Yeah, it could have been worse.
Willow's got... They're a bit tightly wound.
Okay.
And they want to look. They literally don't know what they're going to do. They're just nosy. That's kind of the impression you're getting.
Okay.
And they have beef. I think you can probably catch that as well.
Willow
Lyranda-related
has
beef.
restless energy, and they might as well spend it on beef.
Yeah.
And is
On
well aware of the
pre-established
beef.
Yeah.
And can sympathize with the beef.
I love beef.
You would, beef boy.
Well.
Alright.
I love beef.
So,
Is Varys coming, or is he staying in bed?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
their
he's
condiments are coming.
Okay.
Before my morning coffee, god damn, these kids.
So, we cut to, I want to say, 15, 20 minutes later as you're moseying down the docks.
Just casual. Real casual. Hands in pockets. It's a nice, clear morning. No winds, no clouds.
Yep.
You sound so suspicious, friend.
Okay, that's fine. Are we able
What
to walk
exactly
close
are
to
we
it?
looking at for?
Well, it depends when we get a bit closer. I would like to have a better look at
Yeah,
what kind of ship it is.
Are you being sneaky or just normal?
I mean, it sounds like we're just gonna be casual.
Yeah, casual. Can I be casually sneaky?
I will say you can make a group persuasion check to appear normal. Don't be suspicious check.
Oh god.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
All right. How do we do this?
We all roll persuasion.
Roll persuasion and we take the average.
Oh,
right.
Maris!
Jeez, you guys.
Okay. So just don't roll a 1 and you'll be fine.
Wow.
So Varus got a nat 20 and got a 25. Luca got a 19. Will got a 2.
He's so right for how convincingly not suspicious I am.
But it isn't a 1, so therefore.
Therefore, you did not
Did we win?
totally offset the nat 20 that Varus gave us.
This is why I bring Varys. And N. And Luca. This is why I didn't come
Yeah.
alone.
You just stand behind
Yeah.
all of us.
Yep.
We probably circle around you and just move.
You're
I
like
do think
peering
that-
between us just with laser eyes directed, boring into the Lyrander vessel. As the rest of us
Yeah.
are casual.
I think one of the reasons why I'm so not persuasive too is that Willow's got their spyglass in their hand and they will, at the earliest
They
opportunity,
are literally
throw it.
Pokes between like the torso of Varus
Throw
and
it.
Luca.
Over N's shoulder, using you like a leveler under my elbow. Just offsetting our persuasive vibes very much. But hey, at least I had the foresight to bring you along.
Yep.
Teamwork,
I
I
know I'm
guess.
not great at this. Also, I am back to wearing my big floppy black hat.
Okay.
Actually, am I? I don't think I am.
Are you? Okay.
I don't think so. Nah, honestly, I'm like, aha, the sun, woohoo, the dawn. Who cares?
Oh, boy.
Snoop.
Yeah. Let's say my bandana
Okay.
at least is on though.
Yeah.
Cover
Makes
them
sense.
ears.
Yeah, that's my working bandana.
Yeah.
Keeps my ears from getting caught in like magical problems. Okay. Yep. So.
Yep.
Thanks, team.
Cool. Whoever wants to give me a perception check, and Varys will help whoever wants to.
I'd like to.
You're using the spyglass, so you got an advantage, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you
so
actually
Khorvaire-
busting the spyglass out in public?
Yeah, that's what the 2 is about.
All right.
Luca, do you want Varus's help? You're closer to his height.
Yeah, sure. Perception, was it?
Yes.
Sorry.
Ooh.
I'll make another one.
It's okay, I'm too busy being your armrest.
Okay, so I got a 14.
I'm too busy
Very
being
good.
persuasive. You also be
You see nothing.
perceptive.
Yeah.
That's so fair. Thank you. I got a 21
And it's
perception.
covering for Willow so hard right now.
It's like I feel
Thank you.
Willow just leans so hard on my shoulder, so obvious, and I
And
like
you're just
adjust my hair a bit.
Yeah, and you're just like, don't be suspicious. Don't
Yeah,
be suspicious.
that's N's
You do not
entire
see
mission.
anything as a result of.
I'm looking at the
Focusing
sky.
on
I see
TV.
some birds. That's like anything
You're
but the
just like-
Lyrander ship really offset what Willow's doing right now. I'm
Yeah.
looking in the other
Oh my
direction.
Thanks.
Okay. On a 21 out of 14. Okay, I'll start with the 14. Yeah, the Lyrander vessel is making ready to ship out. It looks like what they are loading up in terms of cargo is purely supplies. It looks like maybe what happened is that they either had some trouble at sea or lost some like just basic food and water supplies or something like that, and are basically just here to restock because it was the closest place and they needed it quite desperately. You also see that they are docked next to a dire shark ship. This is an unknown one to you.
It's not on fire, so I don't recognize it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like a normal, like, mercenary vessel. On the 21, I will say, Willow, you spot the company of dwarven mercenaries, or rather, a couple of them from last night, which are aboard the Lyrander vessel, seem to just be, like, idling in the early morning, maybe nursing a hangover, watching the sunrise over Skairn. They have clearly been hired as additional security
For what?
Yeah, why do you need
against
security?
pirates. Against
Oh.
pirates.
Oh no. What would pirates want to do with this ship?
You tell me.
I guess I'd know.
On a 21, what else do you want to find out?
So that's kind of my nebulous nerd check too of like what kind of ship it is. If there's anything significant about it. Is it elemental?
It
is
is
it not?
it is a trade vessel. It has some arcane upgrades, like it moves swifter through water than, say, an ordinary trade ship would, considering how much it's carrying. And I think on a 21, let's say you suspect that they're carrying dragon shards.
Aww.
Do we need
Just
those?
We can always use those.
yeah, I mean they're like sort of universal magical material components. Most
And
of
will they-
Eberron's technology is based on dragon shards.
Yeah.
Will they be heading back to Ondea, you reckon?
You don't know where they're heading.
They're just delivering them somewhere.
No clue about where they're heading, and it seems like they are probably not going to speak that aloud for fear of being followed.
But they're undercover. No one knows they're Lyranda yet.
They're not that stupid.
What if I send a very friendly boy to go speak to them and ask? Or even a very friendly pair of boys. Honestly, all of these boys that are around me are very friendly and good at speaking.
Especially the boy that is also a Lyranda.
Who? Varys ain't no Lyranda.
Is he not?
He's just dragon marked.
He's
he's
just
not.
marked.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
He's not in the
House
family.
Lyranda's
The
the
mafia
family.
family.
He's just some random dragon marked guy that popped up in Greentown.
Right.
It happens. I believe he said it
Yep.
could be somewhere up the family tree. There was a
Yep.
Lyranda,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
who knows?
I forgot, sorry. That was me.
No, all good. I'm using it as a moment to remind the lore.
Well, which friendly boy are you going to go and try ask?
I'm gonna send across. Okay, well, I
Roll
think
your sleeves up and send Varys. Tell him to roll his sleeves up.
no, I don't want to send. Oh no, I don't want to necessarily send Varys. Also, because without any context, he could come across like a whisperer to someone else as an aside because he's a half elf pirate out
Oh.
Yeah,
here. You know.
yeah.
So that could be a threat.
Wow, you think of
Also-
everything.
Willow vibrating shorter. Also, the idea that he could be seen here, and he is still a sea dragon. I know that that's splitting hairs, but I think Willow's going to turn around now and think they are like back to back with N and deep in thought.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, I think Varys has engaged Luca in a conversation of, we should buy some fresh fish for lunch today.
Absolutely. I do like fish.
And it's like, oh,
And we will
Doc
stimulate
cat.
the economy.
Dog cat.
yes, like
Catch the mice.
sees a cat running across the dock looking anywhere but the
Aw.
Lyranda vessel.
Gimble shanks.
I
Nope.
think Willow's gonna tap N on the shoulder and then like gesture to the ear.
And we'll open message. What's up?
I want to steal the dragon shards.
Oh, there's dragon shards aboard that thing?
Mm-hmm.
And like finally kind of turning a bit. Glances at the Lyranda ship. Okay. Where are they at?
Question to Zeke, where are they? In
Cargo
the cargo
hold.
area. Cargo hold. Yeah, Willow will respond. Oh, probably gesture.
Would you say if Anne glances over to the Lyranda ship, they might notice the mercenaries at this point? Or
Make a perception check.
try again. That's better. That's 19.
Yeah,
Oof.
you do spot the mercs.
Looks like they have some security going.
They're all hungover.
suppose that's true.
Will is probably going to muse though. I am considering figuring out where they're headed first.
Right.
The brief little thoughts here. Dragon shards are getting like dragon. Okay, put it this way: it's not like someone's personal mail. It's dragon shard shipments.
Yes.
Like, sort of suspect that they're not going to your like mum and pop shop down at like some little.
Well, not directly.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna steal like heaps if I get in. Just enough. What I'm trying to check is in Willow's over-eagerness, am I overlooking something that Willow would think of in terms of
they
where
will
this is landing?
they will almost definitely have some sort of security in the actual hold of like, so that nobody just like pockets some from the crew itself.
Yeah. How difficult would it be to get in? And steal and get out without dying?
Make just a flat intelligence check.
I hate when I start having thoughts and have to pause and consider my actions. Got a 15.
Okay. So you think it will be about as difficult as the Khorvaire heist, but with less prep time.
Dang, really?
Yep.
It is a Lyrander vessel.
This is expensive stuff. This is valuable stuff. This is like, what if I went and tried to steal a bunch of, like, hard drives?
Graphics cards.
Yeah. Like, they're not just... You can't just grab a handful. It's not like rice or whatever.
Okay, Khorvaire levels. That's not great. Dang. No, but that's never stopped me before. But I have a crew now, and we're already under fire.
We've already committed one crime. What's another crime as a group?
That's my... Oh, really?
No. That's the Willow logic.
No, it's... I mean... It's different. If you guys get all busted here, then that's not great. So early in the day. I hate thinking.
Is it worth it? And probably would be asking about, like, okay, what kind of security do they have, though? They probably have, as a Lyrander, as a house vessel, I'm sure they have more than just a couple drunks watching the ship.
I think that what you're saying is what prompts Willow to do that, like... to articulate the intelligence check back to you, and they'll be prattling off, like, with a great deal of, like, familiarity, the sorts of, like, stakes that are there.
Yeah, this is not necessarily the first time you've attempted a 5-finger discount from a trade ship.
How confident is Willow, even if it's Khorvaire level?
You fucking tell me.
That's so true. I mean, I'm relatively confident, but I don't know how to gamble with the team here. That's basically it. So Willow's saying all that to N. What does N come back with?
And, like, the corner of their mouth pinches a bit. For a few dragon shards? I'm not sure the gamble is worth the payout. And if you think about it, the other heist, we could have died quite easily if we'd made one mess up or one false prep. And you're telling me we have to pull off something similar in an hour?
And knowing where you're heading, there's likely to be a lot more Lyrander vessels along the way.
Look, I'm all for chaos, Willow. But I'm also about choosing our battles. And there's a lot of battles down the road, or the sea.
I get it. Willow says out loud.
And gives you a bit of an apologetic look, like they don't enjoy raining on the parade.
Being the voice of reason.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be the voice of reason, and yet.
You're right. Willow's not saying that out loud, but you're right. It's just annoying. At the very least, though, is there anything we can overhear about them, where they're going, that kind of thing?
And taps their head at Willow, like, I'll do it. I'll read some minds if we want to go that far. I can read surface thoughts without tipping someone off, probably. So we could go that far.
If you want to double whammy it and like guarantee and get as wide a range of surface thoughts, you could always cast invisibility on N, and then have like as N, like right after N casts detect thoughts.
No, that was my next thought. I'm just sitting here like sagged over.
If we want a
Trust
triple whammy,
me.
you could send Varys or Luca in to talk to part of the crew to guide a thought process as well.
Yeah.
I think Varys can handle that.
Yeah, honestly, Varys and Luca could go talk. They're both kind of compromised as a team already. Wow. So what I think the structure is Willow is going to make N invisible to go up. I could also go up and be invisible and eavesdrop.
You can
But
only one can be
it
invisible at
almost
once,
seems-
I think, right?
No, it's
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I could also
Concentration.
Yeah.
like that is an alternate plan that I could possibly do, but makes more sense to send you in. And you have
Yep. So
so I'm probably going to suggest to you.
N casts
Suggest
detect
that to you.
thoughts. Willow casts invisibility on N once that's up.
Yeah. And like
And
tag out,
Luca
goes
and
behind
Varys.
Willow, rolls the coin, and then will be invisible.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Luca and Varys approach together and
Look charming.
yes, engage in some friendly conversation.
And I think now is when you see Willow, like they're watching, they look so frustrated, and you see them sort of just put on their hat and stand and honestly brood while waiting for you guys to
Yeah.
finish what you're doing.
Invisible and sympathetic look over their shoulder as they scuttle along.
That's a persuasion from Varys. Luca, do you want to roll one? Just a flat one, just to see how good your small talk is.
That's 21.
Scheiße.
Okay.
Nice.
Yep. Great. Cool. I need to go look at the map. All right. And I would like you to also make a check. What do you think it would be for detect thoughts?
We usually do, I think, insight checks with advantage.
Yes.
So,
I'm gonna say insight checks with advantage, and I'll like lower the DC because of the persuasion checks.
cool. That's a nat 20, baby.
Holy moly.
Hey!
Yes.
Ask me any questions. What do you want to know?
Well, I'll start with Willow's question. Of where are they headed? Where did they come from? Where are they headed?
They came from Ondare to Stonespur to pick up the shipment, and they are headed to Port Verge, but as they were rounding the Cape, they ended up with a string of bad luck, let's say.
Can I get any
So they have to
details so I can feed that back to Willow? What kind of bad luck did they run into? It's fine.
Like monsters at sea and also like slightly being harried by pirates. They did not actually get hit by pirates. They managed to outrun them just barely.
Can I use Far Scribe while I'm invisible, or would that break invisibility? Can I relay this back to Willow real time, or does that break invisibility?
I think that might break invisibility because it is technically casting a spell.
I'll wait then.
Yeah,
Just hold on to that.
You can make notes while you're
Yes.
while you're invisible and listening. So yeah, they were harried near Orthos and Three Sisters Islands by pirates, and then they ran into some like flying monsters near the Starkwood that like messed with some of their cargo, specifically supplies. So
Did they lose any of it?
Yeah.
Or...
yeah, they basically lost some, and that's why they had to stop in Skairn, which was the closest port.
No. Gotcha.
So they are going to be like, they were meant to head to Port Verge first and then go around outside the principalities, which is often what Lyrander vessels will do to avoid being in pirate territory too much.
Right.
And then it looks like they might be heading from Port Verge west and then south.
All right. Yeah, it's
South.
west and then south.
Where are they going? On the map, I don't have the Khorvaire map open.
I mean, they're heading
likely towards Valinar.
Yeah. They're starting to head in the direction of Valinar, Zalargo, and Brayland.
Yeah.
Yeah. If N can pick up anything also about, like, what the shipment of dragon shards is intended for.
It's general supplies for Cannith and other such businesses.
Not helping my case here. Head making the note. And like,
So it's like Tinkerers Guild, Manufacturers Guild supplies for general amenities.
All right. Can I
It's
get...
like,
oh,
what's this wood going to be used for? Or like, what's this metal going to be used for? Is it going to be used for, like, horseshoes, or is it going to be used for, like, a gun?
Yeah.
Sort of. You have no idea where down the line of supply it will go. But
Gotcha.
they're heading that way.
Yes. Any other cargo of note that I can pick up on? Or is like the dragon shards kind of the primary thing and the rest is general
The
supplies?
dragon shards are the primary thing, really.
Can I ask if there's any opinion on the crew of the Mercs? Like, where'd the Mercs come from?
The marks come from the Moor Holds. They were basically military irregulars who've been around since the Moor Holds basically seceded from Karnath during the war. Right now they're just doing security work.
Speaking of security, can I get any more insights on what kind of security is in the ship? Like what kind of, for lack of a better word, traps are set up?
Yeah. There's various alarms. The crates themselves are probably triggered as such that like removing inventory without proper clearance is gonna set off noise.
Mhm.
Nothing necessarily lethal, but certainly a nuisance.
Yeah. Is there any particular damage or issues with the ship right now?
No, they seem to have avoided that.
Alright.
It was mostly supplies that got ruined.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you see at some point, like, people loading up, like, a coop full of chickens, basically,
No.
onto the ship.
Alright. Anyone else got any questions?
Does it have a name?
The ship?
That's not really something you need to nat 20 insight on. We can just read it eventually.
Yeah, let's call the ship, the Swift.
Nice. Everyone aboard is a Swiftie.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Yeah. Any questions, Willow, that N can field while they're here? You can think of?
I think a general check of... no, sorry, this might be something that I'm having a look out for too. What kind of crew is it? Like...
Mostly
Anything
ordinary
nice?
sailors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's...
And might be interested in, like, if there's any friction. Is everyone good? Is everyone cool?
You spot the, I will say, in your scan of, like, nat fucking 20 insight, you spot the woman who wanted to, drink with Luca last night,
No.
who decked one of the mercenaries for causing a ruckus, is, in fact...
She also hit me, right?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
hit you instead of the mercenary,
You took
because
the
you
hit.
took the hit.
I see.
She's a Lyranda? Or she's employed by
She's-
Lyranda?
She's employed by Lyrander.
Well, that's funny.
It is. They'll have an awkward ride home. I'm sure they'll get over it fast.
I'm sure the drunk one doesn't even remember. Faye.
Do you
I'll-
guys remember cockatrice?
Yeah, all Faye remembers is the cockatrice attacking. Can't imagine why.
That's weird.
Ain't it just? Yeah.
I'm not sure if I can think of anything more to say or prod about other than just general nosy curiosities.
No.
I've been spoken down, like talked down from my impulse, or my habit rather. And I do think that, like, while alone and brooding, Willow's going through other ideas of, like, I could just tell the others on the dock, I could just skywrite and let everyone know this is a Lyranda ship and that's a Diashark ship, and you know that there's sea dragons here and this House Orion here, so maybe it'll cause a bit of a ruckus, or they'll like no, and then Willow's kind of like looking, and it's just like they're just sailors.
As much
What
as
am I
House Lyrander,
accomplishing?
the institution, is full of shit,
Yeah.
this ship is not House Lyrander.
What will the House Lyranda do to them if they show up with a crate of shards missing? Because House Lyranda are awful.
Maybe not necessarily that. Something to think of, but it's more so like if I alert everyone here about that's a Lyranda ship.
What are
Not
you
everyone
inviting?
else is as not everyone else is as reasoned out as
Noble-minded?
Willow is.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say noble-minded, but not, people can kill for dragon shards.
Yes.
So
But didn't you say back when we were talking about Miraldine that your actions, even if or actioned by someone else, are your actions? So,
What?
say if you convince Meraldine to resurrect Tarek and it goes wrong, it's your fault. If you convince people to steal from a Lyranda ship and people get hurt, it's kind of your fault.
I wouldn't say it's Willow's fault, but they do have the mindset of like, I won't incite something when I can clearly see the outcome and it's unnecessary.
Mm.
In this instance, it's unnecessary. It's just annoying. I mean, you know, I could use the money from the dragon shards, basically. That's the idea. And
We could
they
make money other ways.
could miss it. Yeah, we can. We can. Willow's just in a mood, okay?
Yeah, it's okay. We can go steal something else if that makes you feel better.
What better person to steal from? And it's going to Canada. What better place?
Okay,
My
like one
usual
crate.
places that I steal from. Anyway, it's okay. It's fine. It's whatever. Willow's tempered now, so they're not going to do it.
Has your curiosity been satisfied?
I guess.
Yeah, and we'll eventually return and relay all that information.
Yeah.
I think by the time you come back with information, Willow's like appreciative of it, impressed with it, seems to have stopped caring a little bit.
Fair enough. Well, now we know.
Mhm.
Willow nods. Should get some food, and we'll sort of head back to Skairn.
Oh, Willow, they don't get to steal.
Don't always get what we want, especially Willow.
Wow.
Cut it out. Stop reminding them.
I'm saying that out loud. That's meta.
So, Varys suggests that we get, like, some breakfast and then do your rounds of shopping.
Yes, sir.
I am not only just eating breakfast, I am thinking of alternate ways to make money. How do you make
Mhm.
money in this town? Or find money or find treasures? Like, we have to sell a lot of things, so that's probably part of our little
Yes.
breakfast conversation. Who's going where to
Yeah,
sell
it's
what?
like, it's a lot of, like, any magical items you can obviously trade into Curacao. Otherwise, it will be, like, going to the market and pawning stuff
Yeah.
in general.
Willow can make magical items, can't they?
Yes, but not that quickly.
Yeah. But, like, say they spent the next however long at sea making magical items and then get to Karnath and just sell them all.
I can sell. What are they going to blend in Karnath? Snow?
Gonna make
Sorry.
us some
Yeah,
snow
episode of-
cones.
Yeah, what was that episode of Pokemon where, was it Jessie? She was poor and she had a snow
Jess.
feast. And it was just a whole
Oh.
bunch of different things that were made out of snow but look like other things.
Okay.
That's how it is in Karnath. So
Bummer.
they might
Yeah.
they might appreciate the blunder.
I mean... And we'll probably also bring up, like, the items we were looking at the other day, considering purchasing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there often is, like, stuff like job boards and so on.
Odd jobs. Travelers to pick up.
Yeah.
Do a quick
Curious about.
little
the odd
monster
jobs.
hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Well, people
Take-
around town might need lawns mowed. Is this a lawn town? No.
No.
I would imagine in the, like, kind of rudimentary work you could pick up of a similar vein would be loading ships.
Yeah.
I think they're good on that.
Okay.
But there are other things that are well within your skill set that are
Monster hunting.
useful to you.
Oh, yeah? Like what, DM?
Well, you are all spellcasters.
Oh.
That's not necessarily common. I mean, it's common, but it's like, that's not nothing, you know?
Yeah. So, is there anything on the board? Can we check that now?
Yeah, sure. Give me an investigation check.
Can they have advantage since we're helping?
Yes.
Willow? There you go.
Nice.
Nice.
25.
Cool, so 25. Well, you do a little investigation and ask around. In terms of spellcasting services, if you want to do stuff like spend... I'll tell you what. Curacao is always open to paying for people to scribe spells onto scrolls. That is like often a thing. Otherwise, there is like a small clinic that will take healing services. If you want to like cast Cure Wounds a few times, that's also a very valuable spell, let's say.
What about Lucas?
Yeah. I could.
Would Luca be able to do his healing thing over there?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
How much money do I make from it?
Will depend on how many people need it and how many you're able to tend to. Other things. Let me look at the Skairn handout real quick.
While you're thinking, I'm gonna quickly question Willow. Like, we just separated those gold bars. Do you not have any money?
I have money. I'd like more money.
Yeah, there's a bunch of magical items. For longer term work, there are always people hiring for either passage, so take a traveler with you and drop them off. For pay, I don't know if you want to do that necessarily.
Wow, we got there overnight instead of in 2 days. That's really weird. We just got really good wind.
Pay no attention to the general paranoia aboard the deck.
Yeah. Or hiring people as mercenary security to head into like the forests or the mountains and stuff like that. I will say on a 25, you follow up on the Curacao lead a little bit more, and you do happen to hear from Curacao that actually I have just received word that my usual supplier of Rizian pine wood is having some trouble sourcing it due to monsters in the Forsaken Forest. If you would like, I would be willing to offer either pay or discount on some of my inventory, and possibly more for trade if you bring back anything useful from the monsters themselves.
Give me 3 hours.
I think Willow's going to perk at that, because that's 2 birds with one stone.
En's giving Luca a look like, hey, we're not unfamiliar with killing things in the woods.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at that, specifically.
Luca lights up.
Like, I can do that, yeah.
No, I think Willow's pretty... Because I think Willow would have gone there to be like, okay, I can offer nerd services. I can copy down spells. That's fine. That's easy. And it's like somewhere to put my brain for the day.
But you're also a nerd with a gun, so...
Yeah.
I'm a nerd, but...
Yeah. Yes.
That's the title of this episode.
Yeah, no, I do think Willow's going to perk and be like, okay, that sounds like a better plan. I can use my sword. I'm looking at Luca and En, and if Varys came along. Varys has such fourth wheel energy currently.
Yeah. Fourth wheel on a tricycle.
He's a helmet.
Truly.
No one wears a helmet on a tricycle. Sometimes we just leave them off.
On our tricycle, they really should. Because we're driving through a hailstorm.
Okay. So yeah, Willow's looking at you guys like, has a plan. We don't all have to go to it, I assume. But like,
it might be wise for you guys to go together. Not necessarily Varys, who can keep the ship in order in your absence, since he is not necessarily equipped for that kind of work.
Yep.
You can fend off the sea monsters while we're gone.
So for no more of that.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like a plan. And Willow seems a bit eager for it because they're now putting together. The discount is also good.
Yeah, ends all for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll be back before sundown, presumably, unless we die.
Curacao says, unless you can fly, I highly doubt it.
Oh.
It is quite
No,
a trek
Will-
away, but
Willow wouldn't have said that in front of Curacao. Willow doesn't like looking stupid in front of professors. So Willow would have said, not only said that somewhere where they don't have to think too much.
yeah.
Can you bring up the map?
Yes.
Plus.
I can.
Maybe
Have a
Willow
little
says that to
look-see.
N, and then Luca comes out like, we're gonna need a horse.
Yeah.
Willow will say, hopefully it's a place that we can get back before sundown. And then Luca with a map like, nah.
Sorry, no.
How much were the hexagons in terms of space? I
Distance?
cannot recall.
50 miles.
Yes.
50 miles.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
How far is it?
I'm gonna say it's like 1-2 days walk.
What if we?
Oh my gosh.
Luca has his steed, and someone can ride on that.
Yes.
Can we like rent a horse?
Yeah.
Or a donkey?
Yeah, I was
and
gonna
can
say.
ride a donkey.
Yeah.
And then
You
that
can ride
would-
side saddle with me.
I mean, I don't know.
Or Luca.
Could the elk take all three of us, or is that like, would that just bring us back to to step one, which is 2 days travel because the elk is dragging his ass?
I didn't mean
It's
both of
2
them.
days travel, not because of distance, but because you are going through dense woodland,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
is basically why it's difficult terrain.
Okay. Back to the drawing board real quick. I think Willow's hearing 2 days. How much can we compress this?
Do we have like haste or something? Are there spells of speed?
No, like a horse. Like, how much could a horse compress this?
Okay.
Let me go look at some stats.
And while you're looking at those stats, how many days have we gained between here and the convocation from using the elemental?
We did pretty well, if I remember correctly.
You did really well.
I feel like 2 days is going to eliminate that head start.
Quite possibly.
And that's not a risk I'm willing to take for a hat, basically. But we'll see what Zeke says about how fast we can get out and back.
What if I just go through on my own? Like, look, and then I'll go through on my own, and then you guys can pick me up on the other side of...
No, we're not
No.
leaving you alone!
No, you will die in the woods.
Disagree.
The DM says you're gonna die in the woods.
You don't know what these
Fictionally.
monsters are.
I am a strong man. I'm sure I can handle
You're-
whatever the monsters throw at me.
Your absolute lack of self-esteem plus the overestimation of your invincibility is a horrid mix.
Wait, so is it 2 days travel there and 2 days travel back? Or one there and one back?
It's probably one there, one back.
Okay.
And you would get like significant store credit or money. Something to consider. And like possibly more with whatever you bring back from the monsters themselves.
And sorry, what did Curacao say? Someone's gone missing or is just not able to go? Or...
Basically the woodcutters and like foresters who usually supply them with Rizian pine wood, which is a special planar infused wood that is used to make wands, are having trouble because there have been monsters like basically in the mini manifest zones where these pines grow.
See, Luca feels bad if he doesn't help now because it's like
No,
interfering
I
with people's
know.
livelihood.
You know that willow face of like, oh shit, I just heard of someone that needs help. Now I got that like compulsion to help them. Freaking hell!
I think Varys says.
reasonable.
I think Varys says, "We'll think on it for a while. Let's take care of the other materials while we're thinking on it."
Okay, I think I'm gonna, if you guys don't mind me divvying out the stuff that we need to sell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna be like handing them around the table to who I think would sell them best, which is all of you guys and none of me.
That's fair.
Yeah, so we got the Petrified, Dryad, Heartwood, Bookend, which I think Curacao, you guys reckon?
Not a magical item. Is just
No, but it is
very
very fancy.
pretty.
It is rare.
Yeah. Could use it to on a display of some of his spell scrolls or something.
Yeah. They certainly have books to spare, and it is a unique piece of art. So
It's curious.
it is curious, and it does match their aesthetic.
I think you guys do you guys want to pick anything to take to sell, like rather than me distributing? Though Willow would be sort of just handing these around the table to who they think would handle it best.
This was in money, right?
Yes, this
It's
is
in
money.
Yep, money. It's under selling items.
We can also just roll general persuasion checks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we'd do that.
But if
You
you
know
want to
what?
sell to Curacao specifically,
I think that's the main thing that would go to him, and maybe even Roselia's wand if we wanted to bring that up.
oh yeah, that will
See
work.
Why
Yeah,
not?
yeah.
Yeah, Willow's had that for a while anyway. So I think the pile going to Curacao will be the bookend and the wand, and the rest seems like it can just be sold around the market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
So we're selling Khorvaire's shoes. You ever roll a guy for his shoes and then sell it back into the market? Anyway, speaking of rolling, I would also like to roll as Willow. I think they're going to take one just for the sake of like time saving to be like, yeah, I'll sell some. I'm not, they don't think they're inept,
Yeah.
and they're not.
Mhm.
Sorry, they're so angry right now.
Do you want to take the mirror and the jewelry box?
Yeah, I was going to take that.
Mhm.
Or maybe no, that's way too much cost. I
Yeah.
think Luca could
I
go
can-
to Curaçao's maybe, and then N can. I feel like N can sell Khorvaire's shoes.
Sure, I'll sell Overcrunch shoes.
Yeah,
And Varys
then,
sells the jewelry?
well, the jewelry box might as well go with the jewelry.
Okay. And then you could just take the mirror.
I was gonna take the jewelry, but okay, yeah, I can take
That's-
the mirror.
Way too much to put on you. I'm so sorry.
Willow doesn't think they're inept.
I know, but you're s-
You're selling
Willow
your
is
shit.
a-
from the beginning,
merch-
you've always given your stuff to other
Yes.
people to sell,
I
even at
know.
Malachi's.
I know. Willow's taking one out of spite. Then here, I'll sell this. They take the one with the dinosaur
Okay.
Okay.
ivory handle, not a dinosaur. Sorry.
just a dinosaur. Pick one up.
Picks up a baby dinosaur. I'm selling this just to prove them wrong.
Jurassic Park. Okay, yeah, let's go. Go team.
Everyone's rolling persuasion checks.
Yes.
I guess so.
I think Varys and Anne are like walking together.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Did I get advantage from Varys, or are we rolling separately?
Your choice. Do you want advantage or 2 rolls?
I'll take the advantage. Why not?
Okay, sure.
Cute.
Teamwork. Good thing, too.
Dreamwork.
As a 23.
Yeah. All right. So what is N carrying again?
The shoes, specifically, as I recall.
Yeah. The boots.
Yeah, I mean, and I could
With the
also
runes.
with
Das
the
Boot.
I could also sell some of the
publication is
jewelry.
Looking at.
Yeah. Cool.
Like I could try to sell
That's-
the jewelry box if someone else is taking.
Yeah.
things.
Roll me a D10.
Okay.
How much can you sell this for? Okay, so
It's a 1.
10% increase. That's still pretty
Whoa.
good.
Yeah.
Not bad.
So, 25. So let's say
37.
25. You've got the boots. Do you have the jewelry as well, or just like half the jewelry?
I was saying maybe the turtle shell jewelry box.
Okay. Sure.
I would like
So
Varys to do a
that's-
roll too, like for the jewelry
Okay.
maybe.
Yeah.
With N's advantage, perhaps?
Just for funsies.
So that's
Do you want to come with me since they're together?
Not in that tone.
I think we split. I think Willow took the mirror and just went somewhere to find someone who
so
looks like
you
they
gain
buy
a
mirror.
total of 165 gold pieces
Nice.
Nice.
for selling your fine wyvern hide shoes tooled with arcane runes and turtle shell jewelry box.
Nice. How much was that, sorry?
I'm
165.
Nice.
So-
Shout out N and Varys.
Split
I think
that.
you're doing this in like the tent markets,
Yeah.
basically like doing bartering and trading and stuff. And give me a little perception check as well.
Alright. An 11.
Paris will do one too. Okay.
14.
So as you are moving through the markets, you pass like a gaggle of like orc kids. They look like between, let's say, 7 and 15, by some giant, like they're mining like a small train of giant goats outside of a trade wagon in the markets. They're wearing like kilts or like short baggy trousers with high socks. The girls wearing shawls over their hair. They look like a pretty distinctive like cultural group, let's say. And as you're like moving through the markets and like doing your sales, one of them bumps into you and then like does a quick "oh sorry," like nearly bowls you over and then like pats you down and says, "Oh, so sorry."
Okay. I know I rolled an 11 perception, but I did grow up in Sharn.
Yeah. Insight check then with advantage.
Maybe it's nothing, but I know this. I've done this. 2020, baby.
yeah. You
Right
definitely
now.
just got hit by a bump and grab. How do you keep your coin on you?
See this knife?
I imagine it's kind of in an inside pocket because En's not dumb enough to have it like in a
Yeah.
back pouch. So I imagine it's a bit like their front thing of their tunic is kind of folded over, and I imagine there's like kind of a pocket in there where they have a purse.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll check that first. Slaps my hand over my chest like I'm fucking Thale. Is it there?
It is there. I'm gonna say as you like do yourself a pat down, the let's say the moon touched dagger is missing.
Oh, good. Okay. En's gonna turn right around and, like, this has all happened pretty quickly. So En's looking for this little shit now.
Yeah. They need to roll a stealth check. Okay, make a perception check.
Okay, can I get Varys's help at all?
Yes, you
elbow
can.
him?
Yeah. Do you want to roll separately or both do get advantage?
I think Varys has a higher perception than I do, so he can do his own roll, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Varys spots the orcish kid like skulking around and points them out to you.
Okay. Well then, I have something I need to get back. So, Anne's going to casually stroll in a bit of a wide arc to get in front of this kid and kind of gesture for Varys, like, if you're feeling up to it, get behind them. Because they're probably going to try to run. If I know anything
Varys
about
nods.
pickpockets, and I do.
Yep. Yep, he will make a sneak check. See if he can get around this kid.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely passes
Good job,
their
Varys.
passive
21.
perception. What are you doing then?
Yeah, Anne's working in a wide arc to get in front of the kid and kind of move in closer. But casually,
Okay, make a stealth check.
not exactly like moving in to confront them, but hey, if you're near a stall, I'm gonna kind of pretend I have interest in this stall, but I'm really have interest in you.
Yep.
Nat 20.
Yes!
Do you want to pickpocket your own knife back from him?
I think I will on that, honestly. If you're on Nat 20 on this.
roll sleight of hand with advantage. This guy is completely oblivious to you.
Okay, kids, you can play at that game. 19.
Yeah. You grab your knife back.
I think Anne's gonna pull it out and be like, oh, what's this doing here?
Do you say that out loud?
Yes, standing behind the
Okay.
pickpocket.
I think the orc kid is like, oh,
And gives a little smile,
Uh.
twirls the knife.
oh, I just must have dropped when I bumped into you, and I guess I picked it up.
Billy, what do you need a knife for?
Useful tool.
Can I look this kid up and down and get a read on, like, anything?
Yeah, insight check.
Alright. Oops, that was the advantage. Just take the 20.
Yeah, I'll take the 20. So, on a 20 insight, you can see this kid is like maybe 14,
Aw.
taller than you by like a head,
Mm.
kind of lanky for an orc. He's like clearly still growing or like just recently hit a growth spurt. So his limbs are all like kind of weird and long compared to the rest of him. Little tusks coming in. From his dress and from like the like family group that you can see, this is probably like a really rural kid who like only comes into town like maybe 2 or 3 times a year. And like truly they are like a subsistence culture from the mountains. So
Mm-hmm. You don't
if
have...
you want nice things, you either need to make them by hand over years and years or steal them.
Mm-hmm. I see. Make a habit of this?
I have no idea what you're talking about. This guy lies very badly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Anne's giving them such a look, like, I don't believe a thing you're saying. Hey now, I'm not gonna rat you out, I just think your technique's a little sloppy. And puts the knife back in its sheath.
Make a persuasion check.
13.
Oof.
Yep, that's good enough. He's like, what do you mean?
And is gonna like kind of touch his shoulder and guide him away from any prying ears. It's the pat down. You're so obvious. Anyone who's been in Pirate Town for long enough is gonna be able to pick that trick out.
So, how do I get better?
Oh. What I would recommend is not doing it at all. What are you looking for? Why did you decide to do that?
Money? What else?
Of course. Guess there's not a lot of job opportunities. Huh?
Yeah, no kidding. It's not like I can go to one of the dwarf cities to work. They'll kick me out.
You don't come down here too often? No one here looking to hire?
He kind of grunts a little bit and says, too young.
That old gag, huh? And then they complain about you stealing bread or useful tools, but what are you gonna do when the family doesn't bring in enough for that kind of thing, or just isn't situated in the right place for it? Such a catch-22, isn't it?
He gives you a look of like, sort of like surprised comprehension that you get it.
Mm-hmm. So, what's the end goal here? You steal a knife, you sell a knife, you get some money, and like rolls their hands over each other in a gesture of like fill in the blank for me.
Better house, better clothes for my siblings. Lost a goat recently.
And clicks their tongue like, ooh, that hurts. Alright, so looking at some short-term goals. The house less so. But what are we looking at long-term? What are you thinking? What's the dream? You want to stay here? You want to help your family?
I think like he has a moment of like pausing, like, I have never considered anything long-term in my life.
Mm-hmm. I can understand that.
Of just like, the future is so big and so empty.
Yeah.
And so it's just like,
okay, it's something to think on. You don't have to figure it out
like,
right now.
Just like give him a second as he's like, you see the dawning realization of like the possibility of infinity enter his mind.
I've been there, buddy. This is an exam. You don't have to tell me right now, but it is something you should think about. And one reason why you shouldn't make a habit of that is by doing that, you're potentially destroying the possibility of that future, of helping your family, of continuing to support your siblings. I understand it's hard and it's real tempting. It's real easy. Because a lot of people wouldn't have picked up on that. And then you're encouraged and you do it again. And yeah, it works for the short term. But you're a smart guy. You can think bigger than that.
What are you doing then? What's your big plan?
Me? Oh, I'm a bit of a monster hunter myself. Long way from home. Making my way back.
Cool.
You want to be a traveler? Sail the seas, see the world.
You see a little sparkle on it in his eyes, and he nods.
You don't want to be here for the rest of your life? You love your family, but there's a whole world out there, right?
Yeah.
Right. So, here's the way I see it. We set your family up good. And then you don't have to worry about them, and you can go live your dream.
He nods. Yeah. So, how do I do that?
Alright, so I get the impression you live kind of far from the city, right?
Yeah.
How would your family feel if you had small stints of working around here? Where you're away from home for, let's say, a couple weeks, came back and forth.
I guess I'd have to ask, but...
It's a thought. If you're struggling
Yeah.
for money, it might be an idea to branch out. Chase some other options. Obviously, your parents, and, like, gives a gesture like, yes, you have parents.
Aunt and uncle.
And an uncle. Nods at that. They're running the
Caravan.
right, so they're busy with that. But I could ask around. I'm sure there's someone around here who will pick you up for some work. It's gonna be way better off for you in the long run. You meet the people around here, meet the people coming into the docks. Your final goal is to head out to the seas, then meeting some sailors can't hurt. And slowly you save, you build that up, you help support your family, you get them that nice house, you get them those better clothes.
Make another persuasion check. Because this is sounding like a lot of hard work.
15.
Okay. You've still got him. just barely. He's like, so what, like, get an apprenticeship or something?
Something along those lines. You have any particular interests?
I like animals, I guess.
That's a good one. Everyone has animals. Anything else?
Well, just told me I wasn't very good at it.
Listen, you're up against a pro here, buddy. You didn't stand a chance. But, and pokes his chest a bit. Hey, I'm sure you've gotten away with a couple. That's worth something.
Yeah.
So what do you say? Want me to ask around? See if I can't get you some real work that isn't gonna possibly get your ass beat and then you're not going home?
Well, if you want to do that, then I won't stop you.
What's your name?
Tal.
Alright, Tal. I mean, it can't hurt. Not any more than getting caught stealing a knife from someone with multiple knives on them. And he gives a little smile, like, if I was any other person.
He gives you he gives you a little look of like, you have more?
And he's gonna, like, pull one out of another hidden compartment on their outfit and tuck it away. All right. I'm gonna do that. And in the meantime, I'm just gonna fish out 10 gold from their pocket, put it in his hand. You get some of those nice clothes for your family.
His eyes, like, become saucer wide. And he's like, what's the catch?
The catch is I've been through it, kid.
He pauses, holds the money tighter in his hands and says, thanks. And, like, very quickly, like, just basically gives you a very rough hug for, like, just, like, a second. And then, like, scoots off. I'm gonna go spend this right now.
Okay, yeah, meet back here in an hour. Okay. Shen straightens out their clothes and exits whatever they decided would equate to a back alley in this place.
Yeah, I think Varys is, like, leaning against the alley and is like, that was awful generous of you.
And looks at him mildly disgruntled, fixes their hair a bit. Yeah. Well, it's the
Come,
truth.
let's go find that young man some honorable employment.
You want in on this stupid little scheme I cooked up in 15 minutes?
It's not stupid.
No. I'm glad my partner in crime agrees. Oh, what was Varys?
Alright, let's head around. While Anne and Varys
Are
are
redirecting
doing
a child's
that.
life course.
Yeah. Luca and Willow, what are you each up to?
I think Luca went back to...
Yeah, Mr.
Mm.
Curacao.
How many spell scrolls do you think I could write up for money while Curaçao's talking to Luca?
They take hours to create.
Never mind. Cool. Maybe while Luca's doing that, I can instead go wander around the markets looking for someone to sell a mirror to. I do think this might take Willow a bit because they're probably going to get distracted.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm going to say, give me an investigation check to find a likely buyer. And Luca, you can just give me a persuasion check for selling to Curacao.
Thank you. Persuasion. 19.
Bro, that one killed you like once, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll repress it.
Yeah.
You can talk.
Hey, do you want this? I don't. Luca, roll me a d10.
Oh, one as well.
Samesies.
Okay, so you also get a 10% increase of...
Hey, cash is cash. Ass is
Cash is
ass,
cash.
as Mim says.
Excuse you? I said cheese is cheese.
Is it?
Both. Anyway. Hey, what
so
do I
let's
get?
say you get
Oh, sorry.
110 gold pieces for the
Ooh.
bookend and wand together.
Nice. Yeah, did Varys end up selling
Wow.
the jewelry?
He has not done that yet, but I imagine
cool.
he will be doing that soon.
Okay.
Willow, you find a suitable buyer. Let's say that it is oh gosh, invent a character on the spot. Let's say that it's like a pretty young looking dwarven woman who has a couple of pieces of pre-existing ivory jewelry on her.
Nice.
Give me a, let's say, persuasion check with advantage.
I get advantage?
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, because I found
Go
a good
with her.
person.
Yes.
And I rolled.
Oh,
That's why I gave you advantage.
Wow. To see a 0 on screen is actually mad. All right, so
Yeah. So
I got
think
a 13.
Yes, I think you successfully sell the mirror. She tries to haggle you down a little bit.
With a very smiling kind of form of haggling that Willow seems a little bit accustomed to. They do
Yeah.
not relent.
Yeah. Okay. In which case, you get the 55 gold pieces for the
Nice.
mirror.
good
Fantastic.
job, Willow.
Somewhat begrudgingly, but still, you do get the full price.
Nice.
She's a collector. She has Ita bags or Ita jewelry, as it is. She understands the pain of buying nice crap.
I just like the idea of Willow being like, it's worth 55. And she's like, oh, no, I'll take it for 40. Willow's like, 55. All right, I'll give you 45. That'll be close to my 55.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes the stubbornness is what you need.
Yeah.
Great. So,
Varys selling his jewels.
yeah, let's do while Varys and N are looking around for employment, Varys will also start pawning off various bits of jewelry.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
24.
Wow.
Roll a d10.
He gets a 10. Okay, gets an extra 100. Oh
Oh,
my god.
He
nice.
gets 90.
Holy shit,
Uh,
Varys.
it-
Wow.
He gets. Oh my god. Okay. I think because he's like selling them off piecemeal, he's able to like accrue more over time.
Wow.
Yeah. He knows how to barter.
He's a man in among his people. Pirates.
And like, oh, I'll have to study your
So-
technique.
Yeah, right?
In which case, fucking. I should have made it not a d10. I should have made it less
Yeah.
than that. But
Varys just
here
did a
we
double
are.
markup for your dog.
Yeah.
We both rolled ones. This is just the
So
counterweight.
even
that.
it out a bit.
Yeah, in which case Varys gains 190 gold pieces for pawning jewelry.
That's fantastic. You know what I love too? This is Khorvaire's jewelry. I hope Varys does it with so much spite.
Right.
No, more like malice greenleaf, am I right? Selling off Khorvaire's finger rings, pendants, and earrings is what you're
Yep.
selling off.
Yep.
Just for those
Correct.
curious, that's 420 gold total
Nice.
That we all got? Excellent.
altogether.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well done, us.
No,
Not
that's
bad.
wrong.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's
520.
not quite-
520.
Okay.
Oh,
Not
well
less of a
then.
mean number.
Oh, I think we can
Hey.
split that 4 ways, if not 5.
Yeah.
Or okay, no, we'll recalibrate and see.
we'll see. Yeah. 520. Good job, guys.
Oh, gosh.
Damn.
The image of Varys doing the little like the selling thing. Stop. Lucas said he was the most handsome aboard the boat. Nah.
He's had more practice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. N, can you give me... Oh gosh, what would it be to find a suitable possible apprenticeship for our guy Tal?
What's your intimidation like, just out of curiosity?
Pretty dang good.
Yeah. I would have. Your
Uh,
charisma cost a 2, so.
Yep.
Mhm.
If you guys meet up with me again, by the way, I can help investigate.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is
Fine.
that
Yeah.
investigation check is what I would choose if I was making the choice,
Yeah.
but my investigation is 0.
It's not as good. Yeah, this is why I'm thinking like it might be 2 checks of one persuasion for information gathering of like chatting around, seeing what's available, and another to like actually sell the kid to be character witness.
Yes.
Let's say.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't object to meeting
But also,
up with,
it might be good to meet up with Willow.
spot
Yeah.
Willow across the market. Be like, hey, now I need your help, essentially.
Oh, before we meet up again, when I come out of Curaçao's, I'm just gonna dump the bag of gold into Willow's hands.
Oh, I think then we all have to meet up again because I wasn't waiting
Yeah.
for you. I was in the
Oh.
markets.
Right, yeah. You went with me.
I think you reconvene at like a stall.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm gonna dump
All
the gold on
together,
Willow
Varys
since
as
they
well.
seem interested in gold right now.
But Willow's kind of gonna hand it back. Like, be subtle. There are pickpockets around.
And snorts.
Don't you have special pockets?
I do. But I don't want to be known as the one to rob. Not that I've made it very.
Yeah, don't
So,
let anyone
I mean,
see where
Luca
the
looks them up and
pocket is.
down. Like, look at you.
Speaking of pickpockets, I'm looking to make an ex-pickpocket of a kid.
Are you going to kill them?
I kill their inner pickpocket. That is to say, I'm gonna try and get them some work.
Willow's gonna look at the sky real quick. How long has it been since we split up?
Like, an hour.
Willow's looking like impressed, confused at you. Like, what did you get up to in an hour?
Oh, so much. Anyway, kid's decently good with his hands and likes animals. In his teens, work about yay high.
Bomb
And
him.
on their tippy toes.
Yeah. Was it a farmhand, Zeke, or like caravan family?
Looked to be like someone from the mountains who had basically come down to the town to trade.
Oh, it's suggesting a job.
I see.
Oh.
I don't know if Skairn has any farms around. Anyway, that's where you guys come in. Gonna see if I can convince anyone to take him on.
Question to the DM.
Mm-hmm.
The dwarven mercs were taking chickens aboard. Where did those chickens come from? Wouldn't there be somewhere local that deals with
Yeah,
farm animals? or that kind of
there
thing?
are stuff like that. There are also stables here.
Yeah, so we got some idea of that. He's big, and he's well,
Well,
you know,
he's big
depth-
compared to N,
Yeah.
but that's not saying much.
He's only gonna get
When I say-
bigger.
When I say big, he's not small. You know, like
Yes.
there's some tasks where you need to be like able to reach a horse, for example. He's a
Depends on
teenager
the horse.
that isn't N-sized.
Yes.
Yes, the Shetland pony stable can use N. Anyway, yeah, that's probably what Willow's going to suggest as a thought.
We can also ask how much it is to rent a horse.
Well, we're there, yeah. 2 birds, 1
We've made
stone.
enough money that we might not need to, but yeah.
Are you going to fly us there on your flying machine?
No, we just might not need to do it at all.
But the people need help.
Let's sort out N's good deed first.
Yeah, so might as well go for a wander then.
Cool. Yeah. So investigation check from Willow, with advantage from N's help.
Nice.
21.
Yeah. So you do find a stable that is both willing to sell animals of burden. The most common ones they have, because of this like really quite rough terrain outside of Skairn itself, is a lot of mules and giant goats, so riding goats.
Oh.
They are quite popular here as like both mounts and like meat and cheese and so on.
Do mountain goats have like no issues going over difficult terrain? Is
Yes.
that kind of... Oh, okay.
They are quite sure-footed.
Wow. Just like Varys.
Mm-hmm.
He's a goat.
The
Greatest of all time.
Hey! So, let's say that, renting a donkey, mule, or giant goat from the stables, is, 8 gold pieces. That includes the, like, insurance of, like, if you lose the animal for whatever reason, and if you bring it back, you get 3 gold pieces back.
Well within our budget right now.
Yeah.
And how much does the goat decrease our travel time?
Probably by like half a day if you're taking the goat and the elk.
So it'll take a day and a half?
Yes.
Luke is giving you the big eyes.
Lucas, Willow's not looking at you enough to see your big eyes. They have their own internal big eyes. They also have the impending doom of being compromised at the convocation. And the only safety I have is outrunning them at the moment.
I mean, we can keep
But-
outrunning them. We can just go faster, right?
Willow's not saying this out loud. I think Willow's
know.
kind of
I know.
computing things with their hand on their head, doing the like headache managing. Yeah, they feel the same. Quick question: are there people in danger?
Likely yes. Or likely that there have been like already been injuries due to the monsters, which is why the supply is running low.
Let Willow think on it a little. What about the kids' job opportunity thing here?
I think N goes to meet back up with Tal after asking around. I think the stables is like most likely going to be the best option for doing that, because one, the donkeys will need shoeing,
Mm-hmm.
so he could learn to both be like a general stable hand and also like farrier and stuff like that, so he could learn a bit of blacksmithing, things like that.
Yeah.
Horses always
So.
need shoes. Or goats, apparently.
It's always good to take care of animal hoofs.
Yeah, and it sells it a bit as like, even if you don't stick with it, you're gonna learn a lot of good skills there. That'll translate to more opportunities. Less likely you'll have to fall back on the whole pickpocketing thing. If you don't like
Might
it,
turn out to be a blacksmith, you know?
Yeah.
You never know.
Is Luca there?
No.
No.
Okay.
Just distant.
That's
Luca
tiny Luca
enthusiasm.
inside Anne's brain.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'll have probably taken down information while they were talking with the people at the stables. I'll hand it off to
I'm
him.
gonna just do like a quick little fortune roll for Tal to persuade family.
Oh,
Just enough.
Okay.
Just enough.
yes.
Cool. So, and make a persuasion check to help Tal get a job or
Okay.
an apprenticeship at the stables.
15?
Ooh.
15 is good enough. Thank
Okay.
goodness for your high-ass persuasion.
I was ready to use
Yeah.
inspiration on
Modifier.
this, honestly, if I didn't get enough.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a bit of a role student.
It's a diamond in the
But
rough.
he shows enthusiasm. Yeah, he shows enthusiasm and gets along well with the animals. Knows a little bit already about caring for giant goats since his family has some. So yeah,
Nice.
Yeah.
Tal has a job. Tal is gonna start as an apprentice at the Skairn stables.
And the
Yeah.
hands on their hips, a big grin on their face. Yeah, bet you didn't expect that when you pickpocketed me.
Honestly, this is just encouraging him to pickpocket more. Like, what will I get out of the
No.
next person?
And bitch, you're gonna get your ass beat if you continue doing this. And did tell him that.
Yeah.
At least grow stronger as a stable hand. Pickpocket while you're on a horse.
Listen,
You can stop you.
when the bandits try to attack your caravan, you pickpocket them back. You knock their lights
Anyway.
out and then you pickpocket.
Yeah.
Steal their boots.
Hit him in the... Just brain him with a horseshoe.
Learn to throw horseshoes so good.
And like,
Or he invents like the first pair of brass knuckles.
yeah, I was
out
gonna
of a
say,
horseshoe.
like, the size of your hands, you can like use these things as brass knuckles. I think, and does stick around at the stables and try to just kind of make sure everyone's comfortable before they peace out.
Yeah.
So they are probably
Yeah.
cracking jokes like this.
Oh god. Oh.
And you guys are probably watching at a distance, so then a little in their element here.
Sweet.
That's cute.
Yeah.
This is gelling interestingly with what we learnt about your former crew,
Yeah.
with the whistles and the crimes and the whatnot.
The kids they used to run with.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Your little wind whistlers. Or whatever they're called.
You're getting some things confused. Anyway.
Anyway, do we want to go to the post office?
Yeah.
We were looking to do that.
Oh, fantastic.
You don't have to come, Willow.
Can we gather together for? Oh man, far out. You know that. No, whatever. Sorry.
You good?
Are you okay?
I'm fine. No, you know what? Willow's just. Did we come to the stables? Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we know that there are people in the woods, tree loppers, whatever, in trouble.
Yeah.
And I'm around my horses, donkeys, whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
Goat.
just outside the market. Look, I will someone make a perception
Insight check?
check on Willow or insight or something.
Give me the goods, give me the goods, give me the goods, give me the goods. 18.
I'll leave that to Luca because I feel like Anne's occupied.
Busy.
Basking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maris will
Remember.
also do an insight check.
Oh, you're here. Great. Oh, whoops. The
16.
left one. I fail anyway. Willow
Sorry.
looks like from the day they have been vaguely frustrated since the Lyranda thing, and it just seems to be stacking. They are sort of emanating a bit of a shitty vibe.
Mm.
You would expect them to be a bit more chipper about the towel thing. They love things like apprentices. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Look, this rural kid is getting an apprenticeship in closer to the main town. That's fantastic. Willow leaves the stables, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys just catch an energy of they are in a mood.
Yeah.
I give Varys a look like, should I follow them?
He shrugs.
Damn it. Help me. What do I do?
I don't know.
You guys feel free to come
Right.
out and say where we're going
Yeah.
next, at least. Sorry,
Yeah.
Varys, gonna say something.
I think the vibe is like, let's let Willow like walk it off, and if they don't come back sooner, we'll check in on them.
You guys go outside and the boat's gone.
Well, they've got my steed at least.
Oh, I'd like to do other random shopping, but yeah.
Anyway, if Willow's gonna walk it off, then I guess we'll go to the post office.
Yeah. Yeah.
Luca has a
Cool.
very, very thick letter to Secret Elsa.
Yeah.
Then whistles. You wanna bundle that together? I get a few letters to go back to Green Tarn.
Yeah. So, with regards to the post office, for immediate shipping, it's like 11 gold. But if you bundle it together, then it is, or rather, reduced price is 6 gold, and if you bundle it together, it's 6 gold plus 1 silver for individual like delivery fees if they're all going in the same direction.
So
Yeah, that seems right.
6 gold and 1 silver.
1 silver, yeah.
We
There
splitting
says
it?
like, we can?
And
Yeah.
We can split, yeah.
you know, pay gold, whereas can pay silver.
Nurse is like, hey, I have money.
Yeah, you should have seen
Is he
him
sending a letter?
talking up the jewelry back in the market.
Okay. 2 gold each. And
Who has
1 silver
change?
each.
No, it's 1 silver total. 6 gold, 1
okay.
silver.
I'll take the silver. Because
Okay.
I'm so shiny.
Alright.
Right, yeah, and is sending a also not unsubstantial letter to Jaylee. Jaylee Hazelwood, the
Mhm.
potter from Regalport. And
Mhm.
they're also sending a letter to Brina.
Oh, nice.
And for the knowledge of the DM and the audience, the letter has pleasantries, but it mentions that Audrey met with Meraldine under the persona named Thale, and the letter explains that Thale is the persona that experienced the Snapdragon incident directly, and thus was the quote-unquote friend Audrey had been referring to during the auction hall investigation.
Oh boy.
Meraldine may have questions regarding Snapdragon corruption. If Meraldine references Thale's involvement in the case, be aware he was the consulting entity that Audrey was in contact with, kept hidden for his own safety. Would appreciate it if Audrey's status as a changeling remained private knowledge and the two personas were regarded as separate entities. Best wishes, Audrey Whistler.
Great.
Because back in the previous season, Thale and Brina never crossed paths, and Thale was never mentioned to Brina, and that crossed that line as like, if Meraldine's like, oh, I met Thale at the convocation, Brina, I want to follow up about that, and it's like, I need to circumvent that problem from arising.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Thale?
Huh? Oh.
Right.
Yeah. Brina.
But
miss
we're
ya.
just gonna. Brina's the detective that N worked with back during the auction hall incident.
Yes, the murder of Tarek Elham.
Yes.
Shout out to Brina, and very smartly reasoned N.
I'm just measuring out the how long it'll take to receive the letters, at least.
Well, I have it on good authority that they're not going to be going to Regalport anytime soon.
Yep. Cool.
That is Meraldine and Tarek.
Yes.
I know they're not going back to Regalport like immediately, so this can take a week or two. Unless I'm wrong about that, in that case, N would expedite that particular letter. But
Nope, I think that's all good.
okay.
Cool. So, that's your postage dealt with.
Can I know what are you guys updating Jaylee and Elsa on?
Secret Elsa, I really fucked up. Things
Oh,
are
really?
not going well. Yeah, pretty much.
And N's letter to Jaylee is pretty much a lot of the highlights with none of the heist.
Yeah.
It mentioned,
Yeah.
and is kept out any mention of the heist we were involved in, but mentioned we passed by the convocation, and I saw some interesting stuff there. We did a little shopping, and then talked about the ship leech attack. Did mention that. Did write about that. But that's kind of it. The highlights of the journey without giving us away, and also as a way of writing to Jaylee without actually naming people or giving away a lot of information that if anyone intercepted the letter could use against them, because this is how N thinks.
In contrast, Luca doesn't know what people want to hear, especially Secret Elsa, so he's written everything. Not the crimes, but most things.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, and N's letters to Jaylee is also like, they do technically mention Angel Eye, but they use an alias for him, Deviltooth.
Oh, of course.
Oh my gosh.
It's
Just
so funny.
Should have been like devil ass. Like, what's the
I'm gonna
opposite of eye?
swear in front of
Ass.
Jaylee.
Please. She's a lady.
I'm more cultured than that. I told a 14-year-old kid not to get his ass beat.
Oh my god.
And there's also just like, hey, what's up with you? How are things going? What were the stars like back in Ardev is a literal thing they wrote in their letter because they talked about seeing the stars out in the middle of the ocean in their letter to Jaylee because
Oh,
they're like that. Just
they're like that.
Just being like, hey, hope things are going well. Any drama at the studio? You can tell me about it. No drama at the studio? Everything going well? You can tell me about it.
I care so much about you and your life. You mean so much to me.
Best caster.
Oh.
Sweetheart.
So I've
Can
been
you imagine
told.
her face when she receives a novel from you?
It's sort of a novello. The novel will probably arrive after we get to
Okay.
Carnath.
Yeah.
My goodness.
I feel
Let
like
me tell you
Varys
everything
is-
that happened to Luca.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I feel like Varys' letter to his family looks diminutive in comparison.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, you sure write a lot.
What else are you supposed to do in a boat?
He shrugs.
All right, so that's done.
Yeah. That's postage.
Yeah.
Cool.
How much time has passed? How long until we should check in on Willow? Because I'll just far scribe when we've
yeah, I
reached.
think at this point you can send a far scribe to Willow.
Yes. Anne's gonna far scribe Willow. Dead yet?
I
What's the
imagine you
reply?
catch Willow when they are literally like sprawled out on like their couch again, or maybe the upstairs chair.
Mm-hmm.
So like with the very like soggy, pathetic energy. Yes.
No, well, that's a shame. So, where can I find the corpse?
Top deck.
Oh, I'll get to you before the seagulls do.
No rush.
I think in that case, Varys and Luca will take care of the like mundane supply shopping.
Yeah, probably.
We will make a note of that and subtract the money off stream.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Please.
there's something I wanted to buy that I think Willow might
Yeah.
have gotten on the way
Yeah.
back.
Yep, that makes sense.
Yeah. How much is that? 10 gold?
Yes, I believe 10 gold.
I'm sorry,
Sweet.
what is happening?
Willow
knows?
has some extra shopping. Just
Uh-huh.
supplies.
So I can just pay
tinkering
a platinum, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Pay the platinum. Boom.
Mhm.
I was
if
just refilling their toolbox.
they're
Uh-huh.
good with that, then yeah, I don't go back to check on Willow.
Knowing that you're en route back, I will probably not be soggying around. Willow's drawing up a
The elk
pattern or
probably
something.
greeted you, just so you know.
Yep. Willow nods at it. Continues on
Okay.
to flop on the couch like a fish. Anyway.
So my question is there any sticks I can pick up on the way back?
No.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, just casually lift one of those. Get back on board. And then what I am going to do is I'm going to attempt a sneak attack with this stick on Willow.
Okay,
I
well,
have
first of
a
all,
sword.
make a stealth check.
Yes. Take me through the process. 13.
Willow, what's your passive perception?
My passive perception is 15.
Yeah. Willow notices you before you get a chance to sneak up to them.
Can
What
I
do you
let
do?
them sneak anyway?
Yeah.
Can I wait till N is very close and then catch
Yes.
them with my sword
Yes.
instead? Cool. What do I roll?
Roll a sleight of hand check against N's passive perception.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that beats it.
Does it? And you are just sword length away when Willow turns and it's right under your chin.
Yep. And stops and puts their hands up. Either that sword's working or your ears are.
Willow will resheath the sword. Is N holding a stick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Willow squints at it and then at N. No, you can't. Not like you can see my eyes anyway, but I feel like there's a clear look.
Like the head tilt of,
Well, the idea was to hit you in the head with this thing, and I kind of didn't want to use the sword for that.
I think, you know what? Actually, I'm going to say Willow didn't resheath their sword. They just lowered it. And at this stage, though, they're... Oh, no. You know what? Why would I lower it?
Mhm.
I think Willow's going to step N back and say, I gave you a sword.
You want me to use it?
Don't see why not. You didn't land a hit anyway.
You're right. I do need to salvage my pride. And I'll toss the stick aside. And since we're on the ship, I don't know if N was carrying the sword around when we were wandering around Skairn, but they'll fetch it now.
Yeah. I think you're not quite comfortable with the sword yet to be carrying it around.
Yeah, exactly. So get it, I'll draw it and kind of wiggle it around.
I think Willow's moved their table in the time it's taken you to come back upstairs. Because I imagine Willow was hovering over their table. It kind of cleared the way.
You want to do this indoors? Seems a bit... And looks around like tight space.
If we are attacked in here, we have to fight in here.
Suppose that's true. And kind of takes up stance. Let's see how little we can break.
Yep. Willow's not going to say anything, but is down to clown, which is to say sword fight.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Cool. Willow, roll an attack roll to like demonstrate.
This is just with my regular rapier. I don't know if this one has the...
It does not. It's the same.
Okay. Oh, it doesn't have any additional anythings, yeah? Just the...
Nope.
Yeah.
Like the can't do sneak attacks thing.
Yes.
Surprise attacks. All right. So my
Oh, that's below my AC.
Okay.
Once.
And make a dexterity check.
Oh, okay. 18.
Nice.
Okay. So I think, Willow, you're, like, being very casual about this, just, like, testing N, basically, to see how well they can turn a blade.
Mm.
And, like, avoid being hit by you barely trying.
Mm.
You know?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think they're getting good at dodging and, like,
Yeah.
kind of parrying at least a casual, like,
Yeah.
jab.
Yep. Not enough yet for proficiency in a fight, but they're progressing nicely.
You can see they're picking it up. They're starting to pick up what you've been teaching them, and they're retaining it.
Almost with the same but easier energy of teaching Thale how to dance. It's like it's the slow pace building, but you can feel like the pace building. It's Willow's mostly dealing with like the rhythm aspect of I strike, you know when to move, basically.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And making sure N keeps their balance while holding the short sword.
Yeah. And I think N's little dexterity at the first there does give rise to a little impressed eyebrow raise.
I'm a quick study, what can I say? Can N try? I want to try and do a flourish with the sword, but I want to do a sleight of hand check to see if I actually manage to do it or if I drop the sword after saying that.
Sure, make a sleight of hand check.
That's a 17. I think I get something off.
I think you do.
I think N does a little twirl, kind of similar to how they twirl their knives, but with a sword. And they almost look surprised when they get it upright again. Like, oh, I honestly half expected to drop that. And then quickly, like, straightens himself up. Like, yeah, I'm a quick study.
Oh shit, I've impressed myself.
Yeah.
Well, you're a coordinated dancer, so I suppose this would come naturally.
Oh, one of us is.
No. I specifically remember N's favorite dance.
Oh no, you've learned my greatest, darkest secret. I dance, contrary to what I said months ago.
Willow might attack you again.
Okay.
For that.
12 again. We are consistent.
We are consistent. Should I make another roll, or...?
Nope, that was just sort of a general how you're carrying yourself.
And manages to
If you want to try and... I think it's if you want to try and attack, then you roll.
I might as well.
I'm just starting it back up again. Yeah.
Tit for tat. Oh. So should that be another dexterity roll?
Yes.
It's a 7.
Miss.
Yeah.
Miserable miss.
The hitting thing, I still
You're
need
not
to work
quite
on.
used... Yeah, you're not quite used to the length of the sword.
And I will say,
So,
I think Willow's rapier keeps you a bit at bay.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
this. It's because it's a longer sword. Like Willow's using it distinctly to keep you in a position where you can't swing at them.
You have me at a disadvantage.
That's the idea. Willow's just going to keep pretty much attacking you, like sparring with you. And my rolls are reflecting the consistency of Willow's like low energy but nevertheless proficient study.
Yeah.
Yeah. And is paying attention, focusing on dodges.
So as you go back and forth, is there anything that comes up in conversation?
Seems like Willow's kind of just fighting without talking.
A little bit.
I think N's modus operandi right now is just to kind of get some of that wound up energy that Willow's been carrying
Mm-hmm.
out this way.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's working.
Mhm.
In the sense where I think Willow's getting more prickly the more they fight.
Yeah, okay. And it's probably picking up on that.
So what's the point where
Just
it either fizzles out or breaks?
thinking about what Em might say while we're still fighting.
I think Willow might be the. I think Willow might be the one to break it with just a bit of a frustrated sound. If you're happy with Willow to cut in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go for it.
I think that it might be at a stage where like something kind of slips, either like Willow, like missteps, or not even that. I think if Willow's doing really well and consistent as they were doing, I think the repetitiveness and the getting nowhere of it, a thought finally like bubbles up, and they say, "Are we really going to go to the woods?"
I don't know. I mean, there's bound to be other monster hunter sorts who float into town. Doesn't have to be our job, but
No, it doesn't, especially if we are leaving Varys behind on this boat while we are being pursued. We are presently being pursued. I'm sure of it.
not so easy a choice.
If we are being reasonable, then for the same reason that I did not attack the Lyranda ship today, we keep sailing. However, if it is only because of the pursuit on my tail that we don't help, well, that's rude. I think Willow is going to continue sword fighting with N.
Mm.
I think a bit more energy in it, though. A bit more proficiency, a bit more like swiftness about it.
Yeah. En's mostly gonna be focused on guarding in that case. It's 1.5 days.
Roll to attack like 3 times, please. Willow. 15, 14,
Yeah.
21.
Yep.
So a hit, a miss, and a very close hit.
Willow at no stage is making you feel, hopefully, that, like, you know, you feel how you feel, but, like, they're in control of the sword.
Mm-hmm.
It is practiced friendly sparring.
Yeah, no, En doesn't feel in danger. They just feel the intensity of it.
I do think En, though, ends up, like, turned around, backed up near the wheel.
Mm.
Like, you're feeling the enclosed space kind of bearing down on you, like Willow's making it quite clear.
Yeah, is this how you feel?
Did En ask that out loud?
I wouldn't word it like that. En might say, well, being closed in on. Do you feel like all sides are closing in, Jenkins?
Well, it's a little bit... You can see how heavy they're breathing. It's not breathlessness from the fighting per se. It's like the pent up everything.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's been going on. Maybe we can break into a Lynander ship because... Oh, there's an off chance we get poisoned, killed. Worse. But a hunt? Yeah, it shaves a few days off, but we already shaved that off with the elemental. Don't let the people chasing you dictate what you do. You want to hunt? We hunt? We deal with the aftermath? Maybe it's something, maybe it's nothing. You got a speedy little ship. You got a changeling that just blasts the fire out of their hands. What does Willow want to do? Consequences be damned. Aside from the Lyrander ship, because we kind of made that decision already. Let's narrow it down to this specific choice. Just to be on the safer side. Because knowing your brain, what Willow wants to do, and makes like big hands, like you got big plans.
I think with a bit of a sneer, Willow will say, maybe it's not a sneer, maybe it's a snarl. Willow will say, seems to be the case that I don't get what I want.
That's why I'm asking. I'm gonna get you what you want, or at least I'll help. Change your fate. Don't let the sea rock you around. You're Willow Jenkins. And have you ever let anyone tell you what to do?
I will say Willow's not overly receptive to pep talk at the moment because all they're thinking is all of the different ways that they are trapped into this decision. I think N can tell that there is...
The pep talk's sort of falling away.
There's too much for it to fight through, for as much as it's worth. And Willow knows. Willow's got that defiant spirit in common with you, N. It's just not looking plausible now because of everything stacking up.
Okay, so... talk me through it. What's the worst case scenario here? We take a few days to gallivant into the woods, hunt a monster, come back, and there's a Whisperer ship here. Is that...
It is unsafe to leave Varys here with the boat that we have compromised on.
Only Gardenia saw it.
We are tossing up the safety of these other people and the safety of Varys, as well as the security of my ship. If the Whisperers are here, not just any Whisperer ship, if Coulton or Emma or Gardenia, whoever it is, are here, that is not the same as being a random Whisperer ship. It is distinct trouble. And if Varys is the only one here, he is in specific trouble. I don't know. I don't know who's coming. I don't know how fast. It'll be easy to hear if Coulton is arriving. Trust me. But I somewhat suspect that Gardenia isn't. Why would you report to him? It's more Emma's style, you see, to be keeping an eye out. And I think Willow at this stage is like broken out of the spar a little.
Yeah.
I think that Willow's also going to say, before we go, we also need to prepare the elk. The elk can't be ridden by like that. That's bad for the elk, and then the people in the woods, and then the owl. Now are we going to stop and do this every time? Because then, of course, it's going to take. We're never going to get to. Oh, this is why I didn't want to run. We should have just. Willow's just scampering around now, beginning to like tumble, like scramble into like pieces.
Well, what I can tell you is that I spent 5 years running from what ifs, from possibilities of being chased by snapdragons, hunted. Anyone I get in contact with who saw my eye, then telling someone, hunted. The wrong information slipping out of my mind because undesirable read my mind, and then they go back to Skairn and they use it against me. Hunted. I let being hunted dictate my life for 5 years. The what ifs, the death, the possibility of everyone around me getting hurt. I lost all that time on what ifs, in the worst case scenario. And I didn't know. Maybe Snapdragon did read my mind somewhere along the lines. There's still so much I don't know. But dictating your whole life around fear, around what ifs, you know, that's no way to live. And I get it, it's hard. When you can see all the possibilities, when you've lived them, and you know that there is every chance this might happen. And there's every chance it might not. You just hunker down and prepare for the worst all the time. Well then, yeah, you never will get what you want.
Again, I'm not sure if Willow's overly receptive.
Willow, make a wisdom check. Wisdom saving throw, even.
Haha, 5.
I think you're just too in your own head right now. And you know that N is speaking to you, but you know that you can't possibly take any of this on board right now.
Yeah.
You need to clear your mind one way or another, because at the moment it's just too full.
Yeah.
You're like overstimulated by your own thoughts, basically.
Mm. And I will say one of the thoughts that Willow has is like they're aware of this, which is why they are not in salvage anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And yet it's the same. That's kind of like the defeatedness, I think, is partly also why it's kind of hard for it to absorb with Willow. It's like there's something about it already that they feel like they keep losing. Despite everything that they sense that they either understand or are doing right. How frustrating. I think Willow's back to just I think Willow might kind of they might say to N deeply sorry. How many lessons do you think it would take for N to get proficient with the sword?
For counting this one, then over 60, essentially. Yeah, mechanically.
Mm.
It will take N about how many months did we say?
10 weeks.
10 weeks, so 2.5 months of consistent, like, everyday training.
Yeah, I think Willow will probably mention good spa. A few more months and you'll be proficient, and then we'll kind of just head downstairs.
Well, then I'll sheath the sword and go with them.
Oh my god.
I think around about this time, Luca and Varys return from the shops.
Probably bought like a fresh dinner or lunch, whatever
Yeah.
time it is.
Yeah.
Willow goes over the sorry, no. Willow's not looking over their shoulder. But they can tell En's following them?
Yeah.
Yep, then we'll come downstairs, sit with them and read.
No. Willow's going to stop before they get to their workshop bench. I didn't ask you to follow.
I'm not following you. And it's gonna pick up something out of their hammock.
Willow's aggravated little opens the workshop bench, sits behind it, begins measuring up pieces of leather and patterns.
Mm-hmm.
Usually running downstairs means time to be alone, but instead they are here with N's presence.
Yep. Give me a tinkering check.
Hmm, 11.
Average.
Cool. I feel that, when...
going... Yeah.
Hmm?
You're going through the motions, basically.
Yes. I think N hears a few, slips and slices of leather or paper that are off, and Willow, cussing under their breath.
And just
and
reading.
Another... Do you have to be here?
I suppose not. Think about it. And says going upstairs. They're gone before you can say anything.
Willow internally about to bust a gasket. All I do is think.
Think about it. I was gonna sing this fucking boat. I honestly.
Think about
Stifled screaming.
Think about what you want.
Honestly, Willow might pop up. Honestly, I think Willow's gonna appear on the upstairs. Think about it.
And peers back at you, sitting at the table reading a book.
Willow's got the energy of gripping the door frame, haggard and wild.
I think Luca and Varys, who are unpacking and starting to do late afternoon lunch chores and stuff, are
Stop. Think about what?
We've walked down something.
What I want? What I would like to happen next? Is that what you're saying? I want to get out of this town. I hate being here. Skairn sucks. You know where I'd like to go? Orthos. You know where I can't go? Orthos. Because we're too busy going to Karnath. So what I want is nothing I can get. Is that what I'm meant to think about? Is all I can think about.
Oh, good to know. Now we can actually think about it. As a group, as a crew.
Varys looks to Luca and
Luca gives a face of, should we leave?
How much of a hurry are you in to get to Karnath?
If there are other places we should go, then Luca shrugs a little bit.
It's a long travel. We can spare a few stops along the way if we're gonna spare to stop with a chaos fleet sawbones. We can certainly do some other things while we're out here on the sea.
The only thing I'd like to avoid is the winter weather.
You'll get a lot of that in Karnath, so...
Yeah, we're still deep in summer. We might still be able to avoid the worst of it, but if we don't, oh well.
As long as we get to Reckonmark by mid-autumn, say we'd avoid the worst of it.
Plenty of time for that. Especially with a boat that's so fast.
Willow just looking perplexed at each of you, and then migraine. They're gonna quickly massage their head. Wait.
So what do you want to do in Orthos?
Don't you start. I'm. Okay. Well, I think with their head bowed and them massaging their brow. It was a far-fetched idea. I had an idea of when we were at the convocation.
Oh?
What is it?
If we're going to get a close and personal look at a Lyranda ship, then there is one sitting there. Currently, the Kraken Slayer is there, and in need of repairs. It's the only opportunity other than boarding the Storm Chaser or stealing a Lyranda airship, which we probably don't have the time to do, to actually see the inner workings. It resolves what you have been put with us for, Varys, and using N's particular skills and Luca, then it can be done, but it's distinctly not realistic at this time.
Why?
Because
Because you can turn invisible, because you can mask your appearance under various layers of magic, because you can run around the outskirts, because we can convince people to look the other way.
if you've stopped being a smartass, it's partly because I suspect that we'll be caught before then if we keep dallying in Skairn.
Well, if what you want is to stop at Orthos, then we have our answer about the monster hunt, don't we?
Seems so. What did you think? We were going to tell you no?
I think Willow looks somewhat to Luca. Well, they're kind of outrunning their little bewildered expressions. They'll look to Luca in order to make an alternate decision. I'd like to ensure that the people here aren't in trouble.
Well, I can ask around. We can see if we can't get any other viable hunters, mercs, on the scent of the thing. Sweeten the deal somewhat if they seem reluctant. Got a kid a job, I can get a group of mercenaries, another one. Easy done.
Oh dear. Uh-oh. Whoopsie. I feel like N saying that is kind of like the I don't know, like an invisible anvil just dropped on Willow's head a bit, and it's like they've just clicked as to everything that just went down, because that makes sense. You did just get a kid a job. We can assign someone else to do this. I don't have to do this specifically. Just because we are compelled to do it doesn't mean that we have to do it. We designate. We delegate. That's what we've been doing this entire time. That makes a lot of sense. We have all the skills to do it. We have the money for the cap. We can get out of here and have time to make the things and not get in trouble. Varys will not be in danger, so I don't have to be worried about him getting in trouble while we're out, and then we don't lose our head start on the way out of here. And arguably, if they are going to Regalport to restock afterwards, then we can go to Orthos in time and get there before them and then navigate away, and then we won't have a problem. And if Emma's catching up with us, then that's different. And if Coulston's catching up with us, then that's different. But that's going to be a problem either way. And so all of these things kind of just like dung, 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 right into place.
Just like one after you can see the Rubik's Cube from being scattered pieces, just like click, 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 all the pieces sliding into place as like
and
Willow,
gently
like,
sliding you a piece of
down.
Rubik's Cube, one piece at a time.
And I think
like poker chips.
you see their ears, kind of going through it. And then
their ears are like truly semaphore telegraphing the thought process as Willow is like, if we do this, then we can do that, and then we can do this, and then that, and just like watching like
Oh, look, a Rubik's Cube.
Like, truly watching a machine just, like, flow perfectly from one state into another.
And after that moment, small pause and just, oh. Okay.
We'll have lunch, and then Anne and I will go mercenary hunting.
Everyone in favor of the plan say aye.
I don't
Aye.
think you're allowed to call for an aye. You're not the captain.
No one's the captain right now, so I'm taking the name for the next 15 seconds. Aye.
Aye.
I think all three of you, Varys, Luca, and En, look at Willow.
Yep.
I think idly, while considering everything that just happened, somewhat after the OOK, Willow has instinctively started fiddling with the necklace, almost like a little fidget, nervous fidget.
Mm-hmm.
And adding to the chorus, I can't believe we're doing this.
And spreads their arms. Hey, sailing with third options Jenkins. I can. Clap their hands and close the book, stand up. So, dinner. Hear the siren song of food. What do you say?
I brought lunch, dinner, early dinner, brunch. No, dinner.
Do you want to do rolls to delegate real fast? And then make ready to sail for Orthos.
Oh, what the hell? Hold up. Wait, stop saying words. Hold up. Willow's, when N says, what do you say? I think Willow, with a bit of a sag, says, sorry.
And just gives a smile. And don't worry about it. I got a good sword lesson out of it, and they roll her shoulder. Worked up an appetite. What about you?
I think I'm gonna be sick. Willow nods like they will follow you to wherever food is.
So, I think what makes most sense to me is
We convinced the Lyranda ship to stay here an extra couple of days so the mercenaries can go and take care of.
Nope.
Nope.
That's
Don't even
not
bring
it.
that name on the table right now.
That ain't it. That for sure ain't it. I think what makes the most sense is for Luca and En to go drum up word around the Gold Dragon and other places. So make a... I think I will let you guys decide how exactly you bait people into taking the job.
There's most definitely monsters involved, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And might go the route of, kind of trying to play up the threat a little bit in the way of trying to entice people who might actually be interested in something like this to actually take it on. Not in oh, this is so scary, don't do it, but you want a real challenge in this little town? I'll tell you where you can find one. That kind of...
Sounds good. I'm gonna say, if you're going that strategy, what might be a good ploy is set up Luca for arm wrestling. And have people compete against him.
Yeah, very clever.
And if they win, tell them about the job. Sort of thing.
I'll pull them aside and give them the pitch.
Yeah. Cool. Luca, make a either performance check or an athletics check, your choice.
Let's go athletics. Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Oh.
Oof.
You want to use inspiration?
I mean, if
this
they
might be
win
a-
against you, they're gonna think they're like super good, ready to fight.
Zeke, what were you going to say?
You can use inspiration for this, or you can do something else. What do you think a nat 1 athletics check for Luca looks like?
He's still got above a 10, like, technically.
No, that 3 doesn't
no,
count.
Alright. But he's still got, he's still got an 8, but it's still a nat 1-8, so,
Yeah, I think in that one
Yeah.
always supersedes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it with your porcelain arm? Does it break?
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
This sprain.
I have no
Honestly,
idea.
it's kind of funny. I can fix it. It's
Yeah.
funny if they throw you a porcelain arm, you can try again with the flesh one.
Mm.
I think it might be a like
Swap arms. Try again.
I think what you do is like somebody grips your hand like in the wrong place, and a joint that you hadn't realized had come loose via the leech fight suddenly like pops, so you lose a finger.
Oh my God.
And watching it like
Luca and the guy just staring at the table. Like,
and watching the finger like clatter onto the table and
Like-
roll off and just watches it.
Like you basically like your thumb popped off by accident.
I'll get it.
that's new.
And fetches the thumb.
And make me a flat persuasion check.
Okie dokie. Oh no!
No!
You know what? I'm
You
gonna
fuck.
use inspiration.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna.
That's so funny.
So that's a nat one.
There we go.
There we go.
Oh my god!
Nat 20.
Thank you. So,
Thank you, inspiration.
I got it. I'll use it.
Wow.
I got it today. I'll use it today.
okay. Yeah. That's valid.
Holy moly! That's
That's
amazing.
valid. That is truly the pendulum is swinging.
Yeah, I've got this real
It's
Willow
swanging.
moment. I'm taking on the Willow vibe today.
Wow.
You have a highs and
Dude,
lows.
you've done that enough. You've done that enough yourself to. That's yours.
I claim it now.
That's your third nat 20 this round. That's also your thing.
I'm having a good day.
Yep.
Apparently.
So what does it like? What does it look like turning this nat 1 into nat 20?
Let's see. I feel like Luca's thumb rolling away and's gonna like bring that back, and like at first just kind of the almost nervous toothy grin slide it back onto the table, and they look like they're about to like withdraw back into the crowd like, oh great, my big scheme has fallen apart at the seams immediately, and then they like stop, turn back around their heel, and they're like, you want to know who did that to him? And then they're gonna go off on
Just a full like
Yep.
tall tale.
100%. Based on the facts of what they've heard about, but the claims are entirely exaggerated.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
You're the
I
best.
think you draw a small crowd of like, there's a high-paying job of getting rid of some monsters out in the Forsaken Forest, offered by Curacao.
Yeah. You can get magic items out of it.
Yeah, and I think, well, you do not get specific. Let's say there's no specific individual that takes it up, but you do get a small crowd of interested people. So this becomes like basically the gossip of the room, and like it will find its way. If not today, then tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then the next
Yeah,
day.
anyone who comes to the Gold Dragon, even like new ships that pull in, are gonna hear about this. It's a given
Yeah,
someone
it's
is
a-
gonna take this up.
Yep. Cool. Excellent.
Oh, man. What? Okay. Okay.
Meanwhile, Willow is like dazed.
Yeah, literally just sitting on their boat. I feel like with a tea, like rested real neat and almost coy on their like knees, which are also together. Like Willow doesn't sit like this ever. Willow's sitting like a grandma, looking off the edge of their boat, just like, huh. Okay.
Funny how
Contemplating.
That happened.
funny how that worked out.
I forgot who I was with, actually.
Yeah. It's weird. It's a bit weird. It's a bit odd. Is Varys with you guys?
He might be with you
Oh,
if you want that. Otherwise,
I don't know. What do I want? Don't ask me anymore because I'll yell. Apparently.
Hey, if it works, it works.
what does Mim want? What does Mim want?
Mim's
Not
thinking.
Willow.
There are a few things that I was considering doing in Skairn, but now I'm just kind of sitting here humbled and stunned. I think Willow might be thinking, is there anything I can do in town? I said that Skairn sucks. I didn't mean that. I was just upset.
In a bad mood.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like, is there anything around Skairn that I saw that needs fixing or help? Anything at the stable? Anything at the armory? Places I'm familiar with. Maybe the stable. I walked out of there in such a huff. Did they need anything done? Fixed up? I can do that.
Some evening work.
Did I observe anything?
You know what you can do is like, is this covert work or just like I want to help?
I can show up and tell them I'm going to do something.
Give me a perception check.
$22.
Yeah, I think you saw some squeaky hinges that just like a simple mending cantrip.
Sorry?
Or like things like that. That you just be like, hey, I just noticed this and that. I'll just fix that for you.
Anything maybe specifically to do with the horses, the saddles, anything like...
Yeah. You know what? Let's say that there's some like saddle stitching that has come loose and needs just like re-sewing.
Yeah, something that has a more like tangible impact. When the mercs get the goats and saddle up, they will be given the best possible chance to return home safely.
Yep.
That's good. And I think,
Okay.
yeah, Willow will go march over there and
Yeah.
make good on that.
Do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what else you could do is roll me either nature or arcana check with your beast tome, so advantage, to possibly seed word about what might be most effective against those monsters.
Oh, perfect. Yes. Yes, you're right. I forgot about my book. Okay, yeah, cool. I can be helpful from afar, rather. What was it, nature or arcana?
Yes, with advantage.
Let's say arcana, because they have access to Curacao, who will prepare them for the journey ahead, which is 23.
Yes, okay. So what you got described is a pack of winter wolves has appeared in the Rizian manifest zone. Much like regular wolves, they hunt in packs, but these are somewhat magical. They are smart enough to speak.
Oh.
And have a breath weapon that can freeze you in their place. In your place, basically.
I think after doing the mending, fixing up at the stables, Willow will go and report this to Curacao, because it's kind of his job, and it will implore him to make sure that they're all well equipped.
Yes.
Yeah.
It might be an issue of like negotiating with the wolves to see either what drove them or what has them attacking the loggers. Incredibly intelligent creatures. Stick to snowy areas. If they're this far south in the Forsaken Forest in like specific manifest zones, they might have been cut off from their usual territories.
Oh, okay. So that seems like it won't be like doesn't have to be a bloodbath. That could just be
It doesn't have to be a
conversation.
Yep.
And I'm helping prepare them for that too. So that's nice.
The other thing that like it might also be an issue of like one of the wolves has like some sort of disease or something that is making it particularly aggressive. That is also a thing that just can happen.
Well,
There's usually a reason for why things attack things. Either that or they're like starving in some way, you know. But it's all useful background information that you can pass along to Curacao. Who takes great interest in your tone. And it's like, ooh, that is quite useful information. I will make sure to pass it along to any mercenaries. That is a fantastic book you have there.
Thank you. I'd offer it to you, but I need it. So maybe when we're on our way back, I can lend it to you.
Ooh. I completely understand, but I shall make note of the title, and hopefully I will be able to purchase my own copy.
I'm sure the Regal Port bookstore has some.
Perhaps I shall put in an order.
You should. Speaking of, before we wrap up this conversation, how much money did we get back from the selling all the items?
520.
Yes.
You want to make
And
a
Luca
purchase?
dumped me with his. How much of yours?
I gave you 110.
And I got 55.
I think
110.
Varys gave
55.
you 180. He kept 10 for his own finder's fee
You guys-
type things.
He got interest. Okay, you guys all gave me your cash?
Yeah, all
Yeah.
of it.
And would have
So
split
maybe
what
not
they
N.
got 4 ways. So that's about, they got 165, so that's about 41 gold and 2 silver each.
Well, I have over 200 though, yeah?
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely.
Okay, and you guys entrusted that money to me?
Yep,
Yes.
it's yours.
It's ours. Because Willow's going to, that blue cap that my crewmate was trying on the other day, could I purchase that, please?
Oh, certainly. Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
I was gonna... Don't suppose I could get a discount on that, considering all the information I just gave you.
15 is just enough to get you a... This is measuring in tens. 10 gold discount, so 190
Nice.
instead of 200.
That's as much as Varys made on the jewels.
Yep. So, you now have a cap of water breathing as one of your treasures.
I mean, we could afford the wand as well, arguably.
Do you want it? Does
But I
Willow
can't.
want it?
Do I? I mean, I'm in the spirit of getting what I want, apparently. Wait, no, wait. But do I need it? That's the question. 140. Does it have any extended use for me? I can't attune it. I'm out of attunement spots. Can anyone else use it? It's useful.
I could. I only have 1 attunement and or
Yeah, so Anne could use it as a
extra spell
Thing.
since I only have.
Yeah.
Because you have, like, what, 3?
And has like 3
I
spells.
have-
Luca's getting a cap. N could get N could get an entanglement
Luca
spell. That'll be
can't
handy
wear
for
a
them.
cap.
Luca's
His
gonna.
hair.
It's
Luca can drown, so Luca can wear a cap.
Luca is the most likely to drown out of all of us, so maybe just hold on to it.
But yeah, so then N can get a little treasure, which is the Wand of Entanglement. It would be good on like N or Varys, maybe.
Yeah, we can swap it around as long as we have time to attune to it,
Varys is not a spellcaster, so he would not be able to use this.
He
wand.
cannot? And so it's just me or N. Or Luca.
Yeah. Still.
That's not bad. Would you guys say yes to a dress? Would you guys say yes to the entanglement one? I want it.
I mean, I'm not gonna say no. It's gonna be a while, probably, till we can stop by a magic shop again. So,
yeah.
Let me actually do one last check for
magical items.
Yes. I think another thing you see as you are looking about is that there is a new wand that has been put out on display.
Oh? Actually, what's that one? Willow will ask.
Oh, that is an item I just recently completed. A wand of magic missiles.
That's funny. Oh, really?
Let me
Would you
real
like to
quick.
demonstrate the wand? Willow's going to ask the owl.
Is it something like this?
Let me real quick roll for the price. Cool. So that is 90 plus 25 is 115.
Yep.
Yeah. So the price of that is let's actually put it as equal to the Wand of Entangle.
So 140?
Yes.
Or is the 140 down to 115?
No, it's 140. Magic missiles is
Okay. We just saw him mark it up live.
No, it's well, you
joking,
saw
I'm joking.
me, the DM, mark it up live because
Yes.
it doesn't make sense for it to be cheaper than the
entanglement.
yeah.
Question. Okay. Let me just quickly do some maths. Me typing calculator into Google.
Oh, you want both now?
Eh?
Like, do you want both ones?
We'll see.
Oh, God. You're just going to use
Wait,
all the
okay.
money we just made?
Why not?
That's where we get money.
I'd like to keep it to, like, live in Karnath.
We'll make more money in Karnath. There's plenty of things done back over there.
There's nothing in Karnath.
No.
Desolate winter woods.
Yeah, according to your amnesiac memory. Yes, ma'am.
We're stopping somewhere else.
Yeah.
I was thinking now that we
That's
might be
true.
stopping somewhere
Yeah.
else where I kind of know money. There's more than one reason to stop somewhere that I would call home.
Mhm.
Money.
Oh my lord. Anyway, that aside though, why would I get a magic whistle wand? What is it? Magic missile wand.
Well, for one
Magic
thing, it would let you cost magic missile more.
More bullets per bullet.
Yes, it has
Cool.
7. It has 7 charges, and for each charge that you spend, you cost the first level. You cost a level of magic missile.
So you could technically
could
use a whole
cost-
charge for a 7th level magic missile, is that?
Yes.
Yes, but there is always a risk that if you expend the entire charges on
One go.
it could overload the wand and destroy it.
So we can only cast a level 6 magic missile before we need to let
Yes.
the wand take a rest.
Yes, but that is still you have up to 6 castings of magic missile.
I'm just saying, 6 casts of magic missile directly into Quilton's face would probably be enough to get us away from him.
It would cause a, adequate distraction, I must admit.
Can you? They all hit simultaneously. So it's like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No. You know what I'm going to say? There is something. Okay, so all up, this will cost $470 plus the cap with the 2 wands. Do we have enough money for that?
You do.
If we use
I
up all
do
the money we
think-
just spend.
Not all of it. We made some
Most of
in
it.
profit. Some. Most. But that's not too bad. Look, I'm gonna say when Willow sees the magic missile wand, I think what they think it's going to do to level up their magic missile spell as it is feels serendipitous in the same way as getting the necklace, because there's like a swell. I think Willow's chest kind of puffs out of like remembering what it feels like to have that much power in your hands. And it comes at more or less the perfect time to actually get it. It feels like fate's toying with me again, but this time they're throwing me a rope. You know?
Yeah.
And you guys just told me that I should go after what I want, and I kind of want it.
I say do it.
Willow wants much bigger than their wallet allows.
No,
No,
my
you would
wallet
have
allows this
40.
perfectly.
You would
No, I
have
know.
40 gold to spare, but
Yeah.
What was Rom saying?
I'm saying do it.
I'm also saying do it.
We got
Yeah, if we don't use it, we can sell it at the next place. Like, it's no big deal.
Yeah, no. There's no. Please, I am leaning into this with full acceptance. Willow wants it.
get
And
it.
Willow's gonna get it. Trust, I don't need you guys to tell me. That's
Get what you want.
Yeah, do it.
Wait, stop saying
Go
it.
Piss
I'm gonna be
Girl.
contrarian about it. Sorry. I'm joking. Yeah, Willow with a big sheen across their glasses. You know, that kind of look.
Mhm.
They're gonna take all of the above. Big grin, and I think it's probably the first time in a hot minute actually that Willow's done their big old Willow grin and requested the wand and the other wand and the cap, please and thank you.
And you get all of the above. And with that, we will end today's session.
Mhm.